Welcome to Spawncast episode 425. With me right now is Josie Woe. She was actually early. She was early. Okay. We're going late, not because she showed up late. No, we're actually still waiting for some other people to pile in here. Everyone's kind of doing something right now. Celia's at a cat convention. Sean is watching wrestling. OJ is probably finishing up his stream, and Evan is he's being Evan. But for now, Josie's here to help me start up the podcast. Josie, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm happy to be back. I missed last week, so glad to be here again.
The last time I saw you was in your video where you woke up at 6 a.m. to watch that Nintendo Direct. So I'm real excited to get everyone's reaction on this, especially your West Coast people. I gotta know how you're feeling about this.
I completely overslept. So I was supposed to be live at 5:30, and I was live at like 6:30.
But like it's the West Coast, man. Sometimes you guys.
That's what I said. I was like, what am I supposed to do?
It's sometimes it's nice because you'll have late sporting events that for me on the like when I see a Monday Night Football game, it really starts at like 8:45. Whereas for you, it's 5:45.
Right. Yeah, that is nice. Except for everything with Nintendo.
Yeah, I was gonna say everything there because for me it's 9 a.m. and it's like, all right, whatever. I'll turn it on while I'm here. Now for you, it's an event. It's like I gotta be up at like 5:30.
Yeah, and I
make coffee.
Yeah, it was brutal, and I was up until like 2 to 3 the night before, so I was rolling on like 3 hours of sleep. It was horrible.
Oh, really? Were you editing or were you just out doing college things?
I was doing college things, and then I actually did edit for a little bit because I had this idea that maybe I just stay up through the whole thing, and then I was like,
"Oh, you hedged."
No. Yeah,
you got to commit if you're gonna do that. You hedged like hours before.
I know.
It's that you try to convince yourself that you'll wake. You're like, you know what? I'll get up in a few hours. It's cool, and it never works. Never works.
Yeah.
So
I had so many alarms too.
Did you? Or is it you just have them all? Did you do the thing where you set an alarm so that it goes off every like 3 minutes or something?
Yes. I was not still. I still did not wake up. It was crazy.
Slept through all of it. Yeah, you'll see Sean. Let me know when the Summerslam stuff's over. That's when you'll see Sean pop in. Okay, so he'll be around. But we did have that direct that we'll go over. We had some PlayStation 6 stuff. I know people are real excited for PS6 stuff popping up as the PS5 generation has been well underway. We had all kinds of Switch stuff with Switch pricing going up, which is absolute insanity. And we had some other smaller stories. We had a new multiplayer game that looks awesome, Battlefield 6. A lot of stuff around that. And I threw some other stories in here too. So actually quite a bit to go over for this week. Let's I'm gonna wait a little longer for Sean, but I did want to mention a game. Actually, Josie, you've been playing anything good recently?
I beat Donkey Kong Bonanza.
You did beat Bonanza.
Yeah.
Did you do anything after you beat the game so far?
I haven't. Well, I know, like slightly, like not too much, but a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. So I did played through Bonanza, and then I also did some of the stuff after, like in the post game stuff. I did all that.
Mm-hmm.
So I finished with a fair amount of bananas, but I think I saw Gene post that he had 1,000 bananas. I think that's all the bananas in the game.
That's crazy.
I don't have anywhere near that. Like I'm more than halfway there, but that's about as far. I did as much as I needed to do the post game stuff, and I was like, I'm good. That's it.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. Well. Yeah,
I was good on that. Was that your like the big game you've been playing though? That was the one.
Yeah, that's been it pretty much. That's why I was in here last weekend. I was home. So I've been like driving around and stuff, so haven't had too much time to game.
What's the next thing up then after DK?
Dragon Drive, baby.
Oh man. Well, they got that the open beta thing, the test next week.
Oh yeah.
Next weekend. They're doing these things where it's like blocks of 3 hours, and I looked. There's like one I could do. The timing's weird.
Yeah, like I need 6
a.m. Pacific or something.
That's weird.
Starting.
Jesus.
Sunday night I think is the one I looked at. I said, okay, we can do that one. That's it. I think that it's just network tests because then the following weekend the game comes out. The following week. So we're only 2 weeks away from Drag X Drive. I know everyone needs to contain their excitement around that.
Yeah, try to not get too hyped,
every time Nintendo mentions it, people are just like posting gifs of like people asleep and stuff. Like people are not buying into this game even a little bit. It's $20, right? Isn't it like $20?
I think it's 30. So I think that's part of the problem too.
Yeah, I have to see how much this game was. Like, I thought it was like
I think
it's $20.
Okay.
Even so, it's like, man, that still feels like
yeah, it's not worth it.
I feel the need to at least play the game, so I might have to pick it up just to try it. But if I get a chance to get into this beta and I play it for like 30 minutes and go, yeah, maybe not. I might actually hold off then. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. It feels like it should have come out like on launch because it's like a good game to show off the features of the system. But other than that, I don't know what it's doing.
It's like that Snipper Clips game. Like
no, but that was fun. Have you played that recent? That was cool.
Yeah, like the mid-tier. It's like a game that's not physical. It's a digital game. It's specific to the platform, and it kind of should like Snipper Clips was sort of that. Hey, you can play co-op with the single Joy-Con. You know, I'm not saying it's Drag X Drive is as good or better than Snipper Clips. I just mean it's sort of that like, lower tier game that they just throw out there that's just on that system. Yeah, I did play Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. That they sent it over. They sent actually a code over for that, and I sent the Xbox One over to Nate into like the abyss at that point because he's never hearing from him on that. But he said he likes the game, but it is like classic 2D old school action platforming. You know what's funny? You said you played all the Donkey Kongs.
Yeah.
Go right into Ninja Gaiden. Go right into this.
I hear they're super hard.
It's not as hard as Donkey Kong Country. I will say that it's difficult, but it's not like this is impossible. I'm never going to beat this thing, or aggravating because it's tight, concise platforming. It's very good. It has that like 16-bit like art, that look, but the animation is so fluid for it, so it looks really good in motion. I was playing it on
or the new one. Talking about? You're talking about the new one.
Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. Yeah. It just came out. I think it just came out this past on the 31st. They sent over a PS5 code, and that's where I've been playing it. So I haven't had a chance to see this. I think the Switch 2 is the Switch 1, but backwards compatible. And that is such a toss up right now is the frame rate uncapped? Does it look kind of blurry, stretched out because it's not a Switch 2 native version, you know? So that's why I'm still on the fence about some of those Switch 1 backwards compatible releases now. But the PS5 version looks great. I mean, it runs great. That's all you'd expect.
Yeah, I remember seeing this game actually and thinking it looked really cool.
Yep. So that is a game that I recommend, but I can't necessarily vouch for the Switch 2 backwards compatible version because I haven't played it there. So that's the only hang up. But otherwise, if you get it on any other platform, then hey, if you want to check it out, there you go. You can let us know how it is on the Switch 2. Yeah. I think it's like a $25 game, I think. Yeah. And it's a game where they have like secret exits basically, or ways to get, there's things you find in these levels, and they unlock other levels aside from the main path. And if you mainline the game, it's like 5 or 6 hours, but then there's other stuff you do outside of that. It ends up being a game you play the levels over and over again to get all the collectibles and 100% it if you want. So you'd probably get a solid 10 to 12 hours if you wanted to do everything in the game. But it's very fun. So you have moves where you jump, and then you can jump again if you jump off of an enemy or a projectile. So you have a double jump, cool. Kind of.
That's cool.
Yeah. And you have like ninja powers and stuff. Yeah, so they did that. They did in the Messenger. I really like the Messenger. This kind of gives me Messenger vibes. So I fully recommend Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. It's very good.
I just downloaded it actually. So
you just bought it.
Yeah.
This is on the.
I remember. I remember liking this, like the look of it. So mine as well.
It looks very good in person. Yeah, it's a really cool game. So fully recommend it. Good 2D action platformer. And what's awesome is that game just came out in less than a month. At the end of August, Shinobi comes out, and that game is awesome. So we get like 2 good retro 2D style games back to back. Like Shinobi, we're gonna go over that in the direct. Got a demo There's a demo you can download for it right now and play it on the platforms. So fully recommend it. Awesome game. Here's Evan.
Yep.
Oh,
I just got done putting over Ninja Gaiden Ragebound.
Oh, nice.
Good game. Very good game. Fully recommend it. How's it going, Evan?
It's going all right.
Yeah. Out and about.
Yeah, tournament today. So.
Oh, snap. Was this for like Warhammer?
Yeah, I've been up since 7:20 this morning.
Oh gosh.
wow.
You've been all over the just doing the like tournament stuff all day?
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you win?
No, it was 1-2, but my last game was a blowout, so pretty much dominated. It was great.
Let's go.
The thing is, each of those matches can last a couple
3
hours.
hours.
Or something.
It's 3 hours for this one. Three matches, 3 hours. Yep.
Jeez.
Wow, that's like he's got to outlast the other people. It's just endurance at that point.
Stamina.
Jeez. Hey, did they give out was it a trophy at the end, or was it just like a set of something?
Gift cards to the store, 200, 150, I think 80.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, not bad. Oh, shout out to Medallion there. Shout out to Medallion. We also have recognize new member, Astrolic. Shout out to Astrolic, new member. And then Mac Mega says Evan looks cuter tonight. Oh, that's nice. There you go, Evan.
I tried.
New bandana.
I think they left that super chat a while ago, but it's funnier to read it right now. Good stuff. And we'll have Sean drop in. Oh, there's Rex. Yeah, what's up, Rex? There it is. Yeah, Rex can hop on the podcast whenever. We saw him at Too Many Games. Yeah, whenever Rex wants to come by, we're here. Let me know, Rex. I'll drop you a link anytime. You can pop in. That's cool. It's cool. All right. I held off on it. You didn't play Ninja Gaiden, did you, Evan?
No, it looked decent. It's just not really feeling a side scroller right now.
Okay. What about? Did you see Shinobi?
That I mean, it's crazy that both of those are coming out in such a short period of time. That one looks decent as well. I just really miss the PS2 Shinobi. PS2 Shinobi hit so hard.
That one is pretty good. There's a demo for Shinobi. I think it's also on Steam, so you could technically anyone can just try it, and it's a decent enough demo. It's a fair amount of time. Get with it. So let me pull up that direct. Okay, here we go. Yes, I got it. So Nintendo Direct went for about 27 minutes. I already mentioned Evan Josie woke up at she's supposed to wake up at 5:30, slept into 6:30.
My chat was mad.
It was all over. Where were they?
They were just like, where were you? What were you doing? And I've never been late for a stream. And I was like, God.
Looking back, it was probably fine.
That's what I said. I was like, at least I didn't miss anything big.
Was it that I think I saw you streaming one time for one of these events. You had thousands of people in there.
Yeah, I don't know what's been going on.
People like
raided
reaction
one
streamers.
time by yeah, it's kind of a hack. The Pokemon Presents, I had 2,000 people watching.
That's the one.
It's just nerds who want you to enjoy it just as much as you do, or they do.
And it was Pokemon Presents. That's a shame.
I didn't have anything very kind to say about that, but I did download that weird puzzle game, Pokemon. God, what was the thing they announced? Pokemon Friends.
Very memorable game. Very.
Yeah.
Oh, the one where they have the brain teasers. Yeah, my 6-year-old and 8-year-old really likes that game.
The children's game.
It is. They like.
Did any of it stump you so far, Jesse?
I actually did have one where I couldn't get the Slowpoke out of a box.
You sure you want to admit to this?
It gets harder. It gets harder as you keep getting better at it.
They've been getting yarn and dressing up their room and stuff, like all Raichus and stuff.
Yes,
they enjoy
doing that too.
They like it. It was $10. It's all right, that's all. We're not buying these expansions.
Yeah, if you want the expansion, it's $25. They're more than the damn game.
Yeah, I don't get that at all. I have no idea what any of that was. Maybe they'll do a physical at some point. It's $30 or something down the road, $40, but no, I'm good. I'm good on that. But the direct was it was something. I mean, going into it, Josie, when you saw that it was a partner showcase, people were pretty disappointed. How do you feel about that when you saw that pop up? Not a general direct, partner showcase.
Well, I was told that there was going to be a new Animal Crossing game, so I was pretty pissed. Just kidding. Not actually. I didn't think so. But, I don't know. I wasn't very excited. I think partner showcases are fine, but I've never really been too too hyped for anything. I feel like the draw of most Nintendo game, like the Nintendo consoles and Nintendo fans, is the games Nintendo puts out themselves. So.
Okay. Well, we had Monster Hunter Stories 3. And I'm not a Monster Hunter Stories person, but I understand they sell well. I don't know if anyone had any interest or any history with this franchise.
I like the art style.
The art style.
I've always thought they look like cool, and I like that it's been like a primarily Nintendo franchise from them. Like starts on the 3DS and then the Switch and now Switch 2. So
that is cool. Capcom, and it's a 2026 game. So they're setting it up. There you go, setting it up for next year. We have a new Katamari game, Once Upon a Katamari, and that is out in October, end of October. So we're a little under 3 months away. This is callback to the PS2 days with Katamari, but it's cool to see another one, I guess. They don't cost a lot to make or anything, but it's fun to see them still continuing on with what is one of the weirdest franchise or series in gaming. It's strange if you go into it and see the story they're trying to tell with it.
People love it. My chat was really excited for that. I was like very confused, but
it has. I think it's just because it's that weird game, and it's a very strange title. There's nothing really like it. You push a ball around, it gets really big and stuff, and
right.
It's very weird. I need to know, Josie, is this questions were asked about this one? Just Dance 2026. Is this still a popular thing with the college kids?
My normie friends play it who like have a Switch and 3 games and they don't really game. So sometimes.
So this is still a thing. Okay. I wasn't sure.
Yeah. I mean, on the Wii, it was huge and we grew up with that. So people, it's just like nostalgic, I think. But also a lot of times people, like if you really want to do that, they just put on a YouTube video and people do it.
You do with a YouTube video?
Well, because you don't actually need to count your moves. It's basically just like, I don't know. It's like the broke way of doing it, essentially, I guess.
Oh, so you put so you're saying you pretend. It's like back in the day when you couldn't get a Game Boy, so you got a piece of cardboard and you drew the Game Boy and pretend.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people do. Well, it's basically like it's like that because also you don't have to get the new one because like a lot of people or like you want to relive the Michael Jackson, the Experience game.
I remember that.
One of the best Wii games.
That was popular. That was really popular.
It was good. I remember that. I liked it. I did that all the time.
We had to trade it in. It would go out quick.
Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah, so we play that occasionally, but I don't know. It's still sort of popular, but I think it's definitely like a kid thing for sure.
I feel like that Just Dance for your generation is like Guitar Hero for my generation.
Yeah, kind of, but we also did have Guitar Hero on the Wii.
Yeah, but like Guitar Hero during the college days, kind of.
Yeah, that's fair.
Was it? It was craziness. It was madness for that. And Rock Band. Whereas now, no one plays that. Well, I mean, some people do, but it's not. You don't really see people.
Fortnite Festival.
That's so weird. That's where it went, huh? It's in the Fortnite.
Basic, unfortunately.
It's so strange.
I need them to get like a drum kit though, so I can do that. That's what I liked in Rock Band.
That was crazy. When people try to trade that in, they would be like unloading their van outside and just getting all this musical stuff out. So what are they doing? Oh, they're trading in Guitar Hero World or whatever, and it's this massive drum set. Just throw it on the counter. It's like, thanks. Like one symbol's like missing, and see, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, that is going to the Switch 1, and I was not expecting. The game's gonna look crunchy on the Switch 1. I'll just tell you now. But that's. I mean, I've already played it and stuff. It's cool that it's going to it, but it's November 14th for the Switch 1. I know, and they'll have motion controls, so you can do all the moves. I guess if you want to, want to reenact them. Plants vs. Zombies Replanted. This is a big deal for somebody out there because it's Plants vs. Zombies. I remember it being crazy popular in the 360. I never got into it though.
I played the mobile game all the time, but I was never into the home console games. But cool.
People were excited. I mean, October 23rd, so it's not even that far away again for this one. I think it's digital only, and it's like $20.
Okay.
So maybe
not bad.
FC 26. There's your football or soccer game, September 26th. Pac-Man World 2 Repack. I guess they're still doing it. I did the first one, and it was all right. So here comes the second one. And I mean, we just got that weird Pac-Man Shadow Labyrinth games there. We're actually getting quite a few Pac-Man games in the last couple of years now. So I don't know how well they're selling, but they're doing it. Final Fantasy Tactics Evil East Chronicles, reminder for that. Persona 3 Reload, that's going to the Switch 2. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. Let me ask you this, Josie. This trailer plays, okay?
Mm-hmm.
One, I think there are a lot of Nintendo people who are kind of excited because they're like, oh, wow, something, which they kind of gave it away because at the beginning of this show, they said partner publishers and partner developers. When I heard that, I said, oh, okay, maybe this is how Koei Tecmo gets their in. And then they showed it. When you saw this trailer start to play, were you expecting release date?
Oh, yeah. Especially because it's still supposedly coming out this year, right?
They said it's winter. So, and I looked at their investor report. They have a clear section for 2025 games and then a clear section for winter games. And they have Kirby and Metroid over in 2025, and they have this in winter.
So like January or February, I guess.
It could technically run all the way to March, really. I think there's a possibility this is the game that slips to 2026. I think it might be this one. And it's kind of because it's not... I mean, it's Koei Tecmo, so Nintendo will give them more time if they need it. But I think Sakurai is like... I think he's rolling with Kirby right now. That seems like a game that's going to be ready to go this year. And Metroid has... we heard about that game so long ago. They need to bring that game out this holiday. It's also the one game out of the 3 that would be a cross-gen release. So it would support the Switch 1 as well as the Switch 2 for the holidays. So I think Metroid is their holiday game. I think Kirby's coming out first. And I kind of wonder if Age of Imprisonment is that weird first week of December release or first quarter of 2026 release.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's getting pushed to 2026, especially with no release date.
Yeah, that was weird. I thought that's what they're building to, and it shows up. Oh, winter. It's like, okay.
Yeah, they also like cut back to it. They talk in between, and then they cut back to a little part, and I was like, oh, we are gonna get it, and then it didn't happen. Never
happened. Nope. Just 2026. I'm telling you, 2026 this winter. We'll see how that one goes. Madden 26, August 14th. I think that's gonna go get that early edition in like a week. Chilling by the Fire.
Oh, this was awesome.
I need to know who at Nintendo was like, all right, here it is. This is the exclusive game that needs to shadow drop right now. I mean, it's out now. I guess the whole game is keeping the campfire going. It's like the Dark Souls of campfire games right here. And they it uses the camera.
I'm guessing only friends, like people on your friends list, can play with you with that.
I assume it'd be part of game chat, like invite people into game chat and then their cameras will also show there. And that's how that works. And the idea from what I can tell is, hey, it's going to rain. There's going to be wind, might be some snow, and you got to keep the campfire going. And I guess however long you keep it going is it. I didn't buy it. I don't know. I'm honestly speculating based on what I saw in that trailer right now. If somebody in the chat bought the game, let us know and down there if the game is any good and we're just completely off base here. Sean, did your wishes come true?
Punk won, but then Seth Rollins cashed in and he lost. So him losing and Jelly Roll losing were all I really cared about.
Oh, okay, good. There you go.
I was satisfied.
All right, good stuff. We were going through the direct.
Why?
All right, and you came in at the perfect time.
What else is there to do, Sean? What else is there to do?
Do you want to take a guess at what game we were talking about?
Cozy Campfire.
Yes.
Yeah, we were.
Okay, good. Good stuff. I was asking the chat if somebody had bought it and played it, and if we were just being way off base on this, because I just think it's a funny looking game. That
well, you know why it was there.
Why was it there?
Because the person who owns the studio that made it worked on Chibi Robo. So that's how they have like a dev kit and stuff. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because we were talking about it. I think it was on Game and Talk, and that's what a bunch of people were saying. And yeah, sure enough, the dude whose studio it is. Because I mean, when you look at that game, it obviously looks like some, no disrespect, but just some random indie thing, and it's kind of like
tech demo.
Yeah, it's like, well, why is this here? And that's why, because obviously there's a dev kit problem right now, and I know a lot of people had that question, but yep, that's why.
It threw me off when the cameras were brought into play because it's like, oh, that's like a serious, like a Switch 2 feature they keep trying to push in this, I mean, indie style looking game has it out of all the games. Okay, that
Right.
explains it. That's
Right.
interesting. Ah, there you
Yep.
go. There you go. Anyway, moving on from Chillma. It's out now, though, by the way, everyone, just in case you want to rush the eShop.
$15. $15.
15 bucks.
15. Wow.
I think it's
Undercut and
cheaper.
Drag X Drive. Smart.
It's cheaper just to go in your backyard and light some woods on fire.
Tell me to light stuff on fire.
Just hop on a Discord call. I mean, that's all you're really doing.
Yeah. FaceTime your friends and fucking go burn something in your backyard. There you go.
Apex Legends, which I have not played Apex Legends since it came out. So
It's still a thing though. People say it's still pretty popular in those.
Oh, I don't
spheres.
doubt it. I just assume I'm old, so that's fine.
I mean, Josie, do you play Apex?
No, but I have a lot of friends who do.
Well, okay.
It's a
There you
thing.
go. That is a thing. Let's see. We have Hella. That's 2026. It's a little mouse running around in the field.
I kind of like that game. It just looks weird, but
That's
does
a
look
Celia
weird.
game. She was very excited for that.
Let's see. We have Star Wars Outlaws. Sean's probably buying to review this one.
No, I'm not.
Oh, I thought that was your 2024 game of the year.
The game was terrible.
Sean
Don't-
hated
like-
this game.
Well, what's very funny is if you notice during the trailer, and I hated the game because it's not a good Star Wars game and it's not a good action adventure game. It's very mediocre and bland. And I really don't understand like why there was any positivity towards it. I mean, you know, different strokes for different folks. But if you notice during that trailer, they never show Kay like walking around the world or in combat or anything. It's all cutscenes. They show the Lando thing, which is literally they show Lando and Jabba. Spoiler alert, that's 2 out of the 3 cameos of Star Wars recognizable characters that are in the game, and the final one is towards the end. They show her like getting on the bike, and then they show her flying in outer space, and I thought that was really weird. Once again, I brought that up on one of the shows on Thursday night, and people were like, no, you got to go to IGN's page, and there's like a developer thing that's like 3 minutes long that specifically shows a Switch 2 version. And Christ on a cracker, they showed about 15 seconds of like combat, and it literally looked like 15 frames a second. Like it was atrocious. It was in, remember that part where you're in, I mean, it's a pretty generic part. They actually do in a couple things, but like when you're in with the stormtroopers and you're like in that base and like the ship is in the background and you're shooting them. It used to be a stealth mission, but now you can just shoot your way through it because they completely abandoned the stealth in the game, even though it was an integral part of the game. It's just like she's in cover and she pops up and it's so bad, dude. It's so bad. And I'm just like, I feel bad. People are going to waste
It's a
their
game
money.
that doesn't really run at all on the Steam Deck, so everyone's confused how they got it running on the Switch 2, and now it's making sense with what you're describing.
Spoilers, they didn't.
Yeah, I really think it's probably not a very well done game, which I mean, it's a shame because, you know, it's still one of an earlier third-party game, one of the earlier third-party games on the system, and it's just going to be like, you know, making things look worse than they actually are.
Hold out for Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. Those are 2 better games.
Or just don't
Hold out for those.
Just play
Just abandon Star Wars altogether.
like yeah, really. Wait for Shadows of the Empire, get an N64, play that. That's the GOAT.
Well, we had Chronos: The New Dawn. September 5th looks good. Hey, you're gonna have to make a serious choice here, people. Star Wars Outlaws or Chronos. They're 24 hours apart.
You know what's interesting?
Just
I
saying.
was not interested in that game up until that trailer. And I think it's because that trailer was very well done at like, because I didn't really fully grasp what was going on with that game.
Yeah, they
But,
haven't
like-
shown you like mechanics yet. Like
Yeah.
this one actually did.
But with that trailer, they're like low resources, survival horror. I'm like, okay, monster. If you don't completely kill it off, another one will come around and absorb it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this is pretty fucking cool. Like that game went from I don't care to was the best game of the show for me.
You know who's making that game?
Bloober Team.
Yeah, interesting turnaround here for Bloober Team after the medium and stuff. Silent Hill 2 rolls in. That's good. Now this looks good, and they're coming out relatively close to each other. I mean, with game development, if you get stuff without a year of each other, it's pretty good.
That shit looked very cool. It looks like a game that I will thoroughly enjoy, and I will pick it up on the Switch too. Super Metal Dave kind of did like side-by-side comparisons of like the PC and the Switch 2 version. Yeah, it's a little, bit different, but like for the most part, it looks like a good port. Unlike, I know Dragon Ball looked pretty jank comparatively speaking. Yeah. So, you're still gonna have some of those games, but then there's games like, WWE and this game. So, it's a weird thing.
Kronos is Unreal Engine 5 even. So it'll be good to see some of these UE5 games hit the Switch 2 and see how they do.
That worries me though. not just for the Switch 2, just in general. That is Unreal Engine 5.
Yakuza Kiwami 2, November 13th. We also have a Kiwami Switch 2 update. So the slow rollout of Yakuza continues for the Switch 2.
Yeah. 3 Yakuza games. Amazing.
They're going to, remember that one day, I think on the Xbox, where they dropped all of them into Game Pass at once? They're doing that, but they're just spreading it out over the course of like a year and a half, probably.
It's pretty crazy.
Let's see. Then we had a bunch of games back to back to back. Goodnight Universe, NBA Bounce, which I don't know. Is that supposed to be NBA Jam or something?
It's supposed to be NBA crap. That's what that was. That looked horrible.
I don't know what that was. Hello Kitty Adventure, Wheat Flower Wonderland.
Yeah, it's a DLC.
That's a Sean
The
Day
DLC for.
I asked Celia about it because, of course, she would know.
Does she play?
She likes Hello Kitty. I've actually heard it's not like bad. Somebody who told me to play it? If I give you 5 guesses, if I give you 500 guesses, you'll never guess it. Paul told me to play it.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
He was like, I think it would make a funny video. It's very Animal Crossing, and my wife just keeps playing it, and I'm like, maybe. And then
Sean laying the groundwork for when the Switch 2 update's announced.
I'm not playing Hello Kitty. There was only one good game in that sizzle reel.
Romancing Saga 2 gets the Switch 2 update.
That looks okay. That's only $35. If you don't own it, you could get the Switch 2 version. It's usually $50. It's on sale for $35.
Okay.
I thought about picking it up, but I don't know.
I'll just throw Borderlands 4. They reminded us that exists again. But then Shinobi Art of Vengeance, August 29th. There is a demo out right now, and everyone needs to go play it.
Play that demo. Fucking fire.
I played it on the PS5. People are saying the Switch 2, it's like the Switch 1 backwards compatible, and some of it looks a little soft in terms of this image just being stretched. They need a Switch 2 version of it. But
I think that's in handheld mode because I played docked and looks great. I didn't try handheld mode.
Okay. Yeah, so I downloaded very quick. It's not big file size or anything. I downloaded on the PS5, and it's very good. The visual style is awesome. The combos, man, they start throwing them at you, and like when you hit, it does that thing where it micro stutters on purpose, and it's like there's impact there. The game has been a lot of fun and the demo's not long, but you get it like an hour out of it. You can run around and play for a bit.
Obviously Sega game, I'm gonna have a little bit of bias towards it anyways. Shinobi, it also helps, classic franchise. But I was very impressed at just how fun everything felt, and like it felt extremely fluid, and it's a proper, it's my type of ninja game. Y'all can have that soul stuff, y'all can have that and the other. Give me this. This is what I like. This is my fun here.
Yeah, I noticed they have the item shop, so you can go buy moves and special abilities, the ninja powers, and I'm waiting for that one combo that you do where you grab them in the air and do like the spinning like suplex down. I'm waiting for stuff like that to happen. So I like what I'm seeing here so far. So I'm buying this day one, like immediately. Maybe Sega can slip a code over here too. I don't know. We'll see. But I need to play that right away. Here's the issue though, Sean.
What? Oh yeah, it comes out the 30th of August.
Dude, it's no the 29th of August, the day after Metal Gear Solid 3. What are you gonna do, Sean?
I gotta get it. I gotta get a review copy of at least one of them, so that way I can. You know, Sega loves me though. You know, they sometimes are like, hey, play our game early, and sometimes they'll give me money, and I'm like, it's gonna play it anyways. But thank you.
You're gonna turn on Metal Gear Solid 3. That opening title screen's gonna hit, and you're just gonna forget Shinobi ever existed for 48 hours.
Well, I mean, you know, it'll be longer than that. Like, let's be realistic.
It's over
because you got to play the online stuff too, dog.
That too, yeah. I would say we're gonna have to check all that out. That should be fun. There'll be crossplay for that too. Otherwise, we gotta buy it in the same place.
What do you mean the same place? You know exactly where we need to buy it. If we're what the fuck is Photoshop doing? You know, we have
to buy it on the Xbox. That's where you're playing it.
There you go.
Even though I still see Metal Gear Solid 3 as a PlayStation game.
Yeah, but I got that new controller.
No, that's true.
Gotta put it through the paces.
That's fair. They're gonna say press A to do something. I'm like, what is this? Get this away from me. Bring me back circle and cross.
I bet you they'll make cross or X. We're not doing that. I bet you they'll make X the primary button, or at least they'll have a control scheme to where it is the primary button, because
I can see that.
Like, no games do that anymore.
You're gonna like speed run that game too. Everything's gonna click. You're gonna be rolling through it like, you know, a CQC expert.
I already know what's happening here. Like, I know that game like the back of my head.
Yeah,
I do wonder if there'll be little Easter eggs here and there though. So I'll be kind of looking out for those. But yeah, like I've played that game a million fucking times.
I feel like Konami would hit you with a code earlier for that one with your history in the game and everything.
Maybe.
I think so. That's the game you're gonna get. You would get it and you would probably play it for. You might not sleep. You might just play the whole game.
Yeah, I probably would.
And they closed out with 2 Square Enix games, which they did say they're going to show us the last 2 games or something like that. And then they were just both Square Enix games back to back. And they both were HD 2D games back to back. I don't think that helps that art style or that style, that graphical style much to keep having. It's almost like it is getting kind of oversaturated a bit with them doing it constantly. And I get that they go, hey, we have this trademark. It's this different kind of art style, but eventually get to a point where it's like, man, this is not as different as it used to be. However, The Adventures of Elliot the Millennium Tales. It's an action RPG in that HD 2D style. There's a demo out now and they're collecting information for next year when it comes out, 2026. So they're doing just like feedback. They've done this with a lot of these games. Octopath Traveler was a big one they did it for when they first showed it. And I downloaded the demo and played it a bit. I actually do like HD 2D as an action RPG. I think I would just want to see more. It's more Zelda than it is anything else, I guess, in terms of character progression. Because I thought I would download it, play it, and it would kind of be that action RPG where you get experience for everything you kill, and then you eventually just will level up. But none of that happens. So you're just collecting coins or gems or whatever from these enemies, and then you use that to buy things for your character, like badges and medallions and stuff. So it's okay. It's okay.
I like
Traveler 0.
Did you play the demo?
Did you, Josie? Did you play the demo?
Oh, I have not. I want to.
Oh,
I probably
what about
will,
you, Sean? Did you play the demo?
No.
Okay, good, Josie.
Oh, I just like that it's finally not an RPG with that art style, because I do like that art style. Their RPGs confuse me sometimes, so I was like happy that it was more of a real-time action game. This is like my definite pickup from this presentation. I don't think there's anything else that I'm like super into, but this was one that I thought was cool. Yeah.
Okay. I got it. I mean, it controls like a Zelda game, top down, Link to the Past style game, which is fine. I wanted to see a little more for the character in terms of RPG sort of what you expect when you go into like a Square Enix RPG like that.
Yeah.
So, which they might just be showing part of the game and they're just trying to collect information on this aspect or this sort of walled off area that they have without all those mechanics. So, because then I will admit, if they threw that at you in a demo, it'd feel a little overwhelming almost.
Yeah.
So I still think there's room for that. But I think it's a cool game. It stands out from all the other HD 2D games outside of its look. I mean, the gameplay, none of them are like that. So that is a good thing, because the other one they showed was Octopath Traveler 0. And prequel to Octopath Traveler, I guess. That's fine. You build a city, it looks like.
It's based off a mobile game. It's a story
That's
from
what
the
people were
mobile
saying.
game. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a prequel. There's a prequel mobile game. I think it's just the story and some of the elements of it are being utilized for this.
Okay. But I mean, that was the entire direct. And now everyone's kind of confused because we got these third-party games, but man, those first-party games are still just hanging out there in the wild somewhere.
I don't want to be that guy, but I have seen a lot of people theorizing. Like, I'm not going to make a video on this. I'm not a cornball, but I have seen a lot of people theorizing that there's potentially a direct happening in September. And if you look at a lot of the games, especially ones that had release dates, a lot of those games were September release dates or October release dates or early November release dates. So I think there's a chance that maybe these were games that we just, because if you do a direct in the middle of September or something like that, you got Chronos coming out on the 5th, Star Wars coming out on the 5th. Like a lot of those games, you kind of got to give them at least a little bit of publicity. So I think there's at least a hope. And, obviously Hyrule Warriors didn't get dated. Metroid doesn't have a date. Kirby Air Riders doesn't have a date. Metroid, did I say Metroid? I didn't say Metroid. Metroid doesn't have it. Like, you would have to imagine there's something like maybe this was kind of a just to get it out of the way thing. But even that being said, it still was kind of flat for a lot of people.
So I will give you this. I still feel like there is a direct in September, and I think they could do a general direct just outright, because they will do directs right around Tokyo Game Show. But the thing with Tokyo Game Show is it is late in September. It is, I think it's the final week. It is the final full week in September. It's like the 25th to the 28th or something. So maybe Nintendo does a direct the second or third week of September, and it's to coincide with Tokyo Game Show. That would make sense. But that's also this weird situation of they have October covered because it's Pokemon. They probably think they're good. It's bundled with the Switch 2, whatever. But if you have a direct halfway through September, I don't really know how you then drop a first party game in September and then also go, oh, we'll go November and then the first week of December to try to fit these 3 games in. It seems like this weird situation of you just trying to,
I think one of them
mash these games in and speed run it.
I think one of them gets a release date on the stupid app thing.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the right move, I think it's Kirby. I think the move would be honestly next week. You could do it before Drag X Drive. Is anyone like, oh my gosh, we got to get out of the way of Drag X Drive. We need the marketing.
That should have been canceled. They should have canceled that.
Is that the Nintendo Direct app announcement that you're looking forward to, that you're ready to happen? It's like Drag X Drive has been canceled.
That would be amazing.
If they announce,
make it free. Make it free. Have some stupid fucking cosmetics. Like, oh, you wanted this fucking Mario hat? $5 or something like that. That would be much more, tolerable than that thing.
Or
why just free for Switch Online.
Thank you. Yes. Why can't it be another F-Zero 99 kind of game? I mean, from what they've shown, I don't know if it's just me. It looks like there's one character basically that's just there's 12 of them or whatever it is, and then it looks like there's one course that you play on, and everything is either cement or just gray.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But let's be real. The tech demo game for the Switch 2, you have to pay for, so you're going to be paying for this.
And they could also do, just a fucking random trailer drop. I think Metroid Prime 4. I think even that has a possibility. We've seen the game a couple times now. We know a Switch 2 version exists. They do a 5-6 minute trailer on YouTube or on their social medias, and they're like, here's the release date, and now you slot that in as a potential September game or something like that. There's still a chance, but it is pretty strange just to see See how things. I mean, even think about WWE 2K25, because technically speaking, they said WWE 2K was coming to the system at the first Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. They never said it was going to be 2K25. So many people assumed, oh, it's going to be 2K26 next year. But then all of a sudden, we get a July release date at the start of July. And it's like, okay, like, all right, cool, I guess. Like, I don't know. They've been doing lots of weird shit like that.
Yep. No, you're right. They can do these weird things where it's like announce and then it's out in a few weeks. I think the right move is to show up to the Nintendo Today app, announce a Kirby specific direct, and just have that come out maybe at the beginning of October or the end of September, and then just start setting things up. I kind of think Age of Imprisonment is a first quarter 2026 game at this point, just the way that they're framing it.
Well, winter, yeah.
Yeah, this is the way they're talking about it. And I kind of think now Metroid Prime 4 is a November game. And I almost wonder if it's going to be this weird time period where it misses the cutoff for Game Awards. Because I do think that game's going to score high. But it might end up being the Indiana Jones situation where it doesn't necessarily matter.
What category are you putting that in? Action adventure?
I think there's a chance that Metroid Prime 4 could end up being, this 92 or 93 game.
So you're talking
I
about
think
game
it
of the
could
year?
do pretty well.
You think it would be game of the year?
I think it'd be up there for that if it scores that high. But if you look, Metroid Prime 1 through 3, none of them have ever scored less than a 90.
Different
like
time
ever.
frame, John.
Damn.
It is different time frame.
Different time frame, John.
I mean, we just had Metroid Prime Remastered come out, and that was a 94 on this one.
And was that in the game of the year conversation?
No, because it's remastered. They took it away from him. Metroid was too much. They couldn't mess up the. I don't know Elden Ring. He needed his DLC in there.
It depends. It depends. I think it has. Metroid Prime 1 was the sales standard for a while for the Metroid series. I think if there is more than just because you have it coming out on 2 systems, so it does have that advantage. I think if there is a multiplayer component, I think that could potentially help it quite a lot. I'm not quite as confident in saying that it won't do 3 mil in the first year like I was Dread, because I think a lot of Switch 2 people are going to be looking for that next fix. Because Drag X Drive is not going to satisfy that hunger. They may already be done with the best game that we've gotten on the Switch 2 thus far, Mario Paint. So I think it has potential to do some decent numbers.
Yeah, you seem confused, Josie, when you heard that. You okay over there?
I can't hear RGT at all. I can hear like you and then Evan
You gotta unmute him.
He's not muted though. His screen is like scratched.
Oh no, what happened to Sean's screen? Now he looks fine to me. He's all right. Is there something going on over there, Josie?
Let me just come back because I'm so confused what's going on.
Computer's allergic to Sean.
No,
Maybe.
We don't. Do you play Mario Paint?
Yeah, I had to try the mouse controls just to see. Let me just see what we have here.
It's greatness.
I think you're right though. The Metroid Prime 4, it's such an easy sell to a Switch 2 owner because they just rattle off everything everyone's asking for. 120 FPS, 4K. We'll probably hear there's ray tracing in there and stuff. All this stuff they'll tick all the boxes for what game looks the best, I think, on the Switch 2. So
yeah, I think so. Even though there is a Switch 1 version, I still think that's going to be, that's once again, be real. Metroid Prime games, the reason that they were very popular back in the day was because they were gorgeous looking games. Mm-hmm. One of the best, some of the best looking games on the GameCube, some of the best, 3 Corruption was one of the best looking games on the Wii. So,
well, you see all the people throughout so many years, Retro Studios hiring people who worked on Battlefield, Call of Duty, Halo. They're hiring all these really talented people to work on it. And then we see it and it's it's a good looking game. Sharp looking game. But that was the Direct. Still confusion. We'll see if Nintendo has anything to announce for that Nintendo Today application.
I feel like it's so. I think I'm good.
Okay. Go ahead.
I feel like it's weird that they didn't have like Red Dead or anything really big. Like there was no main
Microsoft.
line. Yeah, or like Microsoft or like FromSoft, Elden Ring or that game Duskbloods. Like where's all that too?
Final Fantasy 7 Intergrade.
Well, both of those games are supposed to be 2025 games, Elden Ring and Final Fantasy 7 Remake.
Right.
So where are those? What was Capcom doing? He did
Capcom.
Stories 3. Okay, that's cool. You're really not gonna port those Resident Evil games over to get some additional sales and shit on them? Like, I don't know.
If they all wait until September to do a general direct and they try to jam all of this stuff into October to December, that's gonna be like mayhem.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Well, Katamari looked cool, but it looked like ass on the Switch 1. That was like 30 frames. They looked janky as hell. Where's the Switch 2 version, Bandai Namco? You have a dev kit.
Oh, they do have dev kits. That's right. That's right. The whole dev kit situation and conversation is weird around that whole thing too. It's like, how did Nintendo not get dev kits out to most of these third-party partners to try to get this stuff done? Chris says, I know Wood from Beat 'em Ups isn't part of Spawncast, but here's to him. I will continue supporting him. Love the guy. Don't understand the hate.
He's fun to hate on. You know, he's got the fucking long flowing hair and stuff.
He's tall.
He's tall. He's got the big collection behind him. He's got some muscles. He's easy to hate on, dude.
I will say, if you watch that video, it's mostly about media literacy than it is like.
People didn't watch the video. They saw the
Yeah.
headline. And,
Yeah, like
you know.
he made
Like-
the video pointing out that people don't pay attention. What did he expect?
Right, and that there's no media literacy, and then he got like
hit by
attacked.
media illiterate people. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of a
Let's
cool
see.
video, honestly.
Danny says, RGT, thoughts on the ending of SummerSlam?
Loved it. I didn't like SummerSlam as a show. It was all right, you know. I think by making it 2 nights, you're trying to give it that WrestleMania feel, and I don't think every show needs to have that. But I thoroughly enjoyed the ending. I'm not a 2025 CM Punk fan. Like, I feel like he's a little bit past his expiration date, and I don't feel like he should be, you know, a focal point of the show. Like, I get he's popular, but I don't know.
Let me ask you this, Sean. If you let's say you had a little nephew or something who just found wrestling, maybe on YouTube or something, whatever, and they see it and they ask you if it's real, what do you tell them?
Fuck yeah, it's real.
Okay. I was curious.
Keep kayfabe alive, brother.
Okay, I was curious. Now I was curious. One of my kids found because I keep hearing people say John Cena, and they found him on like YouTube doing a wrestling match. They asked me if it was real, and I said, "Let me show you Hogan running over Rock in his truck, and then you tell me if it's real or not."
I mean, trucks have good. There's John. People get hit by fucking tractor trailers all the time and don't die.
I didn't say
happen.
yes.
Yeah,
no.
my buddy did. It was crazy.
Yeah, see,
It is funny though, because if they think it's real and like they throw one of those like the open hand punches or whatever, they go, "Oh!" Like they think someone's actually getting punched. So I'll let them believe. Paul says, any chance of anyone knowing when Doom the Dark Age is coming to Switch 2 and Quake 3 through 4? Don't know about Quake, and I don't think Doom the Dark Age is coming to the Switch 2 anytime soon.
yeah,
We're still
it's really not
still
that.
off of that.
It's really not that good of a game. Just play Doom 2 2016 or Doom
That
Eternal.
Doom the Dark Ages is the definition of came and went. Is that just me? Like that
No,
game,
it did because it's not.
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
so fast.
It's
It was
not
like
It like
Had
I
no staying
love
power.
I love games like that, and like I would really. It's like there's just too much. Like you're gonna fly on a dragon. Now you're a big mech thing. It's like okay.
Yeah, the general consensus was it just didn't hit as hard as any of the
Really
recent games.
and the music was just it was an afterthought. It's like give Mick Gordon his money, you fucks. Like what is wrong with you? There's Mick Gordon songs in Tony Hawk 3 and 4. They're the Doom songs. When you put it on streamer mode, they pop up. It's great. Like it's just I don't know, man. It's not that great.
Superman says Indiana Jones should be eligible for something. It should be. It's a very good game.
DLC
It
coming
was.
next month next month. Fuck, it's already August. That's crazy.
Lemstar says, is it me or is Prime madly in love with Wood?
Probably.
He's in love with the potential attention, I think, more so than the individual. I don't think that's mean to say. I think it's just honest.
Fair enough. Eric says, did anyone play Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, debate on whether buying it on Switch or not? I am not sure about Switch, but I've played it on the PS5 and I really like it. It's a very good action platforming game that I would recommend. But Josie was buying it on the Switch, so I would stay tuned for her impressions, thoughts, whatever on it.
I'll let you guys know next week.
There you go. My only thing was I think that was one that had weird performance things on the Switch 1, but I don't know how it is on the Switch 2.
So
I'm really unsure.
From what I've been told, I was told by several people that, oh no, it's 30 on the Switch 1, 60 on the Switch 2. And I was like, okay. But then I had other people tell me, no, it tries to do 60 on the Switch 1, but sometimes, or on the Switch 2, but sometimes it'll like go to like 50 or 45 or something like that. So I don't know. Okay. I would do some research on it.
Josie bought it, so she can tell us.
Okay, well here's another thing. Yes, he is real because when I was a small child, my mom took me to a park and the Easter Bunny was there and he was giving out Twinkies and he gave me a Twinkie and I took it and I ate it and then I was walking around and I guess he like couldn't see well out of the suit and he gave me another Twinkie and that really made my day. And I still remember that shit.
Was that before you hopped into the windowless fan? What's going on here?
Nah, hey, I got
Those
2 Twinkies
razors
that
and the
day.
Twinkies.
Nah, they were delicious. Ragebound on Switch is weird. The game is 60 frames, but the camera moves at 30. It's very weird on the eye.
What? Interesting. Huh. I'm not really sure what that even would like. They're describing it. I don't know what that looks like. I can't imagine that. You'll have to let us know, Josie.
I will.
Rufflemouth says, I'm kind of worried about Switch 2 third-party support. If Nintendo doesn't pull up, it'll only be PS5 and PC that get all the games, and Xbox, I guess. Yeah, they got to expedite some of that dev kit stuff with third parties.
Well, I mean, you know, to be fair, there was that report that made no sense, and I still don't necessarily think it was spot on the nose, but that report about like the rollout and how like initially it was just going to be first party games and some third party games. They were doing like a tier system rollout of dev kits and stuff like that. It seems like there was more truth to that than a lot of people wanted to initially admit.
Yep. It seems like it. Let's see. That was the direct though. It was a very direct.
C-.
I think that's fair. Yeah, I was right there at C. C-. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Works.
I see.
That works. Let's talk about actually I want to see Sean, how you feeling about Battlefield 6?
I like what I see. Those
Okay,
physics though, I don't like. I saw a bunch of people talking about the dude when he gets shot with the shotgun, he flies out through the window. It seems a little over the top because there was some distance. That motherfucker flew like 30 feet out the window. It was like, all right, that's shotgun.
You like when the bombs go off and they just turn on all of the particle effects for like a while and you're just watching everything go ripping by like it's crazy and you're just, why is this? Why is any of that?
Here's my thing. I think when it launches, it's going to be like that. Remember that Battlefield that launched and it was like completely broken?
All of them. What are you talking about? Since Bad Company 2, every single one has taken at least 1 year to get to a working state.
I think this motherfucker. Yes, we would have said it was an A if it was a state of play. Fucking campfire jerk off game. I honestly think fuck you, casual noob. I honestly think that it's going to be a complete mess at launch.
Yep.
But I like what I see with it. It looks fun.
Casual noob says, RC, thank you for spoiling Summerslam for me. When he came in, I was behind in the show from having to pause. At least John waited 20 years spoil FF7.
I'm sorry.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Evan, what do you think about Battlefield 6?
I think they're going to make a ton of the same mistakes that they keep making every single time. They're going to focus on all the wrong things because they think that interests people, and it's not going to. The thing that really kicked off a lot of the older Battlefields that really pulled in, like Bad Company 2, was that it kind of narrowed down the vision to be a little more focused on trying to give a good experience overall. Whereas the Battlefield experience normally is you're going to move, you're going to get shot. Like there's just people everywhere, bullets everywhere, explosions everywhere. Your life really doesn't matter in the game. You're just going to take 2 steps out, blow up, and die. And that, I think, for the casual crowd, turns a lot of people off. Because if they feel like they're powerless at all times,
not as arcadey as like Call of Duty.
Yeah, because technically Bad Company 2 was a little more arcadey because of that focus, because there were less people, because the destruction was a little more honed in. Like it nailed it. So yeah, I'm gonna maybe try it, but I'm not gonna buy it right away because I made that mistake.
They have the beta. Are you gonna do the beta next weekend?
I might look at it.
Right, there's one if you pre-order it, and then there's one if you don't.
Yeah. So they're gonna do like a closed beta that's 2 days. Then the following 2 days will be just open beta, and then they're gonna do another one that's just complete open beta. So we should have 2-ish weekends with this game to try it out. So I mean, I'll download it on. I got the Xbox here. We'll download it there and try playing it. Evan, if you download on PC, you can see how it works there.
I'll take a look.
Yeah. Josie, you any interest in Battlefield?
Nope.
Okay, that's perfectly fair. Battlefield 6 and the destruction looks pretty good. A little too good to be true sometimes from what they were showing.
Well, looks like they hide a lot of it with those particle effects, with the flood of it happening on your screen, that they're trying to hide how it works. So
some of it just looked really good to where I went, are we sure about this? Is this really this is how it's gonna be when it comes out? If it is, great. I mean, I'm there for it. 9 maps too, and these are big maps. They're not like small maps. So I don't know. Everything they're saying, it's like everything people want to hear, and it's kind of like everyone looking at EA sideways, like, what's the catch? Like, where's the trip up here? What are you gonna do? I mean, they're gonna even launch they're gonna at some point after launch have a free to play battle royale mode. So they're like doing there's a single player campaign in the game.
Well, they want a million. How many? What was the sales?
100 million.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, their trip up's going to be the demand of the game itself. It's not going to run on everything. It's not going to be able to reach the crowds that could give it 100 million or whatever they're looking for. Like
I assume that's the free to play battle royale that's going to do that.
But even if it's free to play, like, is it going to be on phones? Is it going to be on low power systems? Is it going to be able to be played on toasters? No. So
yeah, there's a lot of effects going on with that.
Right. Yeah, because it's going to be a PS5, Xbox Series, PC, so it won't be on last generation devices, nothing like that.
And they want 100.
No, yeah, they're not getting it.
They keep comparing it to Battlefield 3 and 4, and those are good Battlefields. They were asked about the skins that would be in the game, because right now Call of Duty has this weird thing happening where Beavis and Butthead are like the banner characters currently, and you see Beavis and Butthead beating someone up while Michelangelo skates by on his little skateboard, and then Seth Rogen is like fighting with somebody like in the distance. It is a disaster.
It made me uninstall. It made me uninstall the game.
Yeah, you turned it on, and was it Beavis and Butthead right there, and you were like, I'm out.
Well, no, I played a mode for like with Beavis and Butthead, and it's like cell shaded and stuff, and I was just like, I'm good. I could use this space for something else, you know. I got something else I can download.
Is that the game that Nicki Minaj is in?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I've seen tons of clips of that, which is actually hilarious. That's actually made me almost get that game a couple times because I think it's so funny. But
see, they're aiming for a different crowd. That's what they're doing.
They're aiming for the Fortnite crowd.
Yep.
They could hit us.
Technically. Yeah.
I mean,
I still play Fortnite as Sabrina Carpenter all the time.
I mean, I think the Seth Rogen one I think it was Seth Rogen from like Pineapple Express or something, is they put him in there, and he has his gun, and his finishing maneuver, like his execution, the gun isn't working. He throws it on the ground, and it goes off and hits the person.
Well,
he's like scared of it.
They did the whole Weed Month thing with Seth Rogen. It was Weed Town, Blaze Town, and shit. And I'm like, what the
getting gummies.
Fucking 14? Like, what
no,
are we doing?
They know the bulk of when you're playing with mics on and you hear someone just rip the bong in the middle of a freaking game. You're like, what's going on here? Please stop.
So when I hear them go, oh, we're gonna keep it so that it makes sense. It said it's going to feel grounded. It's going to fit the universe. Basically, it won't look out of place in a military shooter. Okay, good.
This is
That's
sort of off topic, but how would you rip a bong and then continue to play the most like intense games with like high reaction time?
so okay. Hold on, this is hilarious.
Because Call
Everyone
of
has
Duty,
a
when
story
you
for this.
when you press ADS, it goes, "There's a person. Just pull the trigger now." Like it literally
Oh, it's
walks
easy.
you through killing people.
So-
like
Yeah,
This is
Fortnite
hilarious.
takes a lot of skill actually. So
I don't know if they watch this show. Maybe they'll eventually hear about this at some point because I know I still keep in touch with them sometimes. Everyone has that one friend from way back in the day, high school or college or whatever, where if they get drunk or high or something, they get really good at a specific game for some reason.
Well, high makes sense because you're more focused.
no, but you're like relaxed, right? So if it's like reaction time,
My theory has always been I would rather get in a car with someone who's really high than really drunk, because the really high person can at least focus on the road, where the really drunk person won't focus on anything. But my story is very different than your story, John. So tell you.
I was gonna say we had his name was Tim, and when he drank a ton of beer, he would all of a sudden become a crack shot in Halo with sniper rifles in Halo 3. Never missed. It was the most insane thing I've ever seen. He would just put them on the pit down the hallway. People would run out dead every time. One shot. He finished one game with like 22 headshots or something, all sniper rifles. And it's just after he gets to a certain it's like maybe a certain number of beers in, and he's just real quiet over there. He stops talking and he's just picking people off. You're like, I guess he got his 8th or 9th beer, and all of a sudden we're all dying. So
8th or 9th beer, Lord.
Yeah, that's when the Four Loco stuff was like.
Oh my God, Four
uppers
Locos are
and downers in one
crazy.
thing.
Yeah, that was it was the old college days and stuff. It was interesting times. Not like Sean was just reckless.
No, mine was when the DEA agent was questioning me after the raid.
The DEA agent never came into play for me.
And he looks me dead in the eyes as he's talking to me on my backyard porch, and he is like, "So I see a lot of video games here." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, you guys get high, and then makes the graphics different. It makes the graphics better. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about right now?
This guy was already making the connections.
I was like, do you have any understanding of why would it make the graphics better? Like, well, what are you talking about right now? It's like, I've talked to other people, and I'm like, no, that's not why they smoke. Okay, leave me alone.
They smoke because they know you.
Bro, it was fucking ridiculous. That's the
crazy.
stupidest thing in my entire life. Mushrooms. Like, fuck. How are you confusing mushrooms with fucking weed? But okay, thank you.
Well, I mean, back in the day, the reason is because back in the day with Call of Duty on the 360, every time you would go into a room, I'm thinking of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 or Call of Duty 4, whatever. People would have weed symbols as their icon, or they would have 420 or something in their weed or whatever in their name. So it was very common.
On Steam, there was a weed emote you could get from, I think, Tropico that you could sell, and it was expensive. Like, you could really make some money in Steam off of selling that emote.
Man. Well, I'm excited for Battlefield 6, but I gotta play it. I actually have to see this game in person to make sure it's even real. I don't know. It's EA's name is just to that point where you just looking at them sideways until it actually comes out.
And the recent history of Battlefield, day one, everyone's going to be blinking around on the screen. You're going to be constantly kicked out of servers.
That's if you can even get in.
Yeah. I'm expecting the servers to get crushed for the open beta. I think it's going to be ugly, but we'll see. I mean, they have Battlefield Portal as well. That was the thing you mentioned, Evan, where they actually recreated older Battlefield games in 2042.
It was the only reason I got 2042 is because they were like, we have these 2 maps and all these guns from Bad Company 2. I was like, all right, let's see it.
Oh, I did want to bring this up, Sean, real quick, because you've mentioned Hideo Kojima multiple times since he left Konami.
Mm-hmm.
And he said something in an interview that was hilarious, because I feel like it is what a lot of people have been saying, but I've definitely heard you say this as well. Actually, I feel like I've heard everybody say this on this podcast at one point in time, as he was discussing current games. He actually says he has not played games much at all, like bigger titles, newer titles. He sticks mostly to the indie games now. And he kind of explained why. Also, he said he's not playing Metal Gear Solid 3 when it comes out, the remake. He's not going to touch it.
Clown.
But he did say that the reason he seems less interested in some of the newer games that are coming out with these studios closing left and right and these blockbusters, they say that are too bloated and too expensive. He watched Summer Game Fest, which I feel like he was there with Jeff, so I'm surprised he didn't say anything to him.
Just always kind of behind him.
Yeah. He said he felt like everything previewed involved fighting an alien monster or a medieval monster, and even the visuals and systems are pretty much the same. And a lot of people enjoy this, understand, but it is important to put something really new in there for the industry. He says that there is a lack of creativity in the industry right now.
I feel like the same. I feel like we've talked about stagnancy in the industry for a while now.
Because you can't be creative if you're a big studio, because one misstep will sink your company. I mean, that's the simple answer of it. It is kind of ironic for the man who made Death Stranding and Death Stranding 2 to be talking about bloating. But besides that point, yeah, I mean, it's as simple as that, dude. Like, that's why the industry is the way it is right now. That's why there's a lot of copycat, similar style games and similar looking games, because you just, I mean, if you want creativity, you have to play smaller stuff and indie stuff. Simple as that.
It's pretty much what I do.
I mean, I remember, it was one of the Summer Game Fest. It might have been last year. What is Gamescom? There was a point in time where I feel like 6 or 7 games in a row were in space.
Was it the Callisto Protocol reveal one? Because I feel like that was the one where they were like, here's Callisto, but then there were like 4 others that looked exactly like it. We were just sitting there like, what's going on? A number of
games in a row where it was like, on a space station. It's on a space station again. It's just like the same thing there.
Because it was the Dead Space remake, and then there were like 2 other games.
Yeah, and then they're all built in Unreal Engine, so they already kind of look similar there. And it's just, yeah, it's what was popular 4 years ago, and now their games are ready to show and come out. And it's like, oh, we all kind of made something the same.
Well, he's a creative too, so I think it makes sense that he wants to play like smaller, more experimental stuff, maybe, so he can see if that can influence his stuff.
That's usually the consistency. Most AAA studios just put together the best mechanics from indie games to make their big AAA games at the end of the day.
Right.
He did say that OD, which people were concerned that was canceled with the whole Xbox cutback stuff. No, it doesn't appear to be, as he even talked about it in this interview. And he said it's something totally different and people will love it or hate it. So there you go.
So most of them will love it, even if they hate it, because they don't want to slander Kojima-san.
I think it's going to be another one of those Death Stranding situations. He even says, he mentions that he'd rather people look back on it 10 years after it comes out and decide that they like it than like it right away.
Okay. That's instilling a lot of faith and confidence.
I mean, what has he shown us for OD? People screaming at a camera. There you go. I'm a little concerned that he's going to show up with some really weird gameplay, but I like to make us scream at our TV.
I'm surprised you think he's going to show up with gameplay. It's probably just a social. It's just literally Wood's video in a video game format.
It's about
he did say he needed
literacy.
cloud. He said he needed cloud computing or cloud infrastructure for it. It was going to be a Stadia game, and then it moved.
Crackdown 4, baby. It's Crackdown.
Oh,
well, the last time we brought up the cloud stuff, it was so the game would text you on your cell phone.
Yeah. No, thank you.
So the next trailer for it is just going to be a QR code on the screen that you have to scan, and then from that day forward, your phone's just hacked.
People looked in the trailer and they found letters that were like hidden in the people's mouths when they were screaming, like really tiny letters, and they put them together. I can't remember what it said, but he's doing that again.
You are not Red E.
Let's see. Let's talk about that Switch price increase. Has everyone confused? We are in like bizarro land with this. The Switch Lite, the Switch Redbox, and the Switch OLED are all going up in price on tomorrow, actually, the 3rd. Sunday. Start the week, I guess, there, the fresh week there, with new pricing where the Switch Lite's gonna be $230, and then everything else moves up either $40 or $50. With the Switch OLED, it's gonna be $400 for a Switch OLED.
It's a great deal.
Which is crazy.
Absolutely insane.
Excellent deal. I suggest everyone go buy one.
Switch OLED for $400. They, in their financial report that they had, they showed them shipping or selling less than 1 million Switch systems in the last quarter. So they're not even moving many of these anyway.
It's
I
just weird. Like they always have a price cut. Like the 3DS was cheap when the Switch was out, and like
You had those $100 bundles.
yeah, you did. And you could get like a
That
2DS
holiday
at that time for
season.
like right. And you could get a 2DS at that time for like $50. So this is just kind of crazy.
I'm trying to think of the last real big price cut we had on a system brand new that wasn't part of Black Friday or something. And it's been a long time for that. PS4 generation, we had the Slim. I guess that knocked it down from 400 to 300. I'm like, has it really been that long? Maybe. I mean, we haven't had the PS5 go down in price, the Xbox Series, or the Switch ever go down in price. And it's so strange to be that the old timers.
There it is.
I mean, it's why right there. Yeah.
It's so strange that you're viewed as old if you remember a time where systems went down in price throughout a generation, because it's been that long. It's been like more than a decade now.
John, it's market conditions, okay? That's clear. It's clear as day. It's market conditions. And if you say anything else, you're wrong.
It's the market conditions. Is that like the out for everything? It's market conditions.
It's the blanket. Yeah. They've been all these companies have been using that blanket. It's nice, it's cuddly.
Yeah, because the Xbox Series went up to 600. It hasn't come down yet.
You guys don't think the tariffs are anything to do with this? It seems like that could be a potential.
I mean, are they still shipping them internationally? Or are they focusing on the Switch too?
How many of those? Like, it's not like they're sending a lot of Switch Ones to America right now. Like the Switch Ones, a lot of them are here, or sitting at a warehouse or something like that. So, I mean, it's foolish to say no. It doesn't play a role whatsoever. But I also feel like people use that as an excuse because, like we've talked about before, if tariffs go up and then prices go up, but then if the tariffs go down, the prices don't go down.
True. Yeah. Right.
So like that's the
so
biggest...
it's like them adjusting, I think, and then being greedy at the same time, right? Like they wouldn't throw it up that high. I mean, if they didn't think they had to.
Think of it like this. Do you think that they were making tons of money on those 3DSs and 2DSs that they were selling at rock bottom prices?
Right. No.
So exactly.
Definitely.
Market conditions. That's why I was there. But no, you know what I'm saying? Like if you look at the price cuts of all these systems, like, yeah, they're just getting rid of these systems. The $50 GameCubes that you would walk into Target and they'd be on display there. It's like, yeah, we're getting rid of them. Like the $20
Dreamcast,
the $20 Atari Jaguar that I wanted so bad. They had racks of them at KB Toys. You think Atari was making money on those? No, like, you know, you clear them out to move on to the next thing. And, you know, but video games are very different now. You know, the role that shareholders play is very different. Video games has become a much, you know, just look at the GameCube era, because I really feel like, you know, I guess you could say by extension the Wii, but the Wii was always kind of cheap. But like during that era, the video game industry was nowhere near as big as it is now. So when things become bigger, more money comes into it, more investors come into it, you're now answering to a lot more people, and you're now hyper focused on, you know, making up that money somewhere. And even though these companies sit there and tell you we're making record profits, everything's great. Oh, fuck, we got to lay off like a bunch of people. Sorry, but we're making record profits. Everything's great. Oh, by the way, we got to raise the price of some stuff, but you know, sorry about that. Market conditions. Like, does it play a role? Yes. Is it as big of a role as these companies make it out to be? No.
I think Nintendo is willing to eat up some of their margin on the Switch too, because I think they're terrified of going over $500 for that thing. Like
they should be.
They do not want to do that, but I don't think they care to lose money on a Switch 2 or even or a Switch 1. I'm sorry, and break even. So if the tariffs come in and they move the line a little bit the wrong way for them, it's just more expensive now. Whatever, because we're not trying to sell them that much anyway. But I do question if the PR hit is worth it when you're shipping 1 million Switch Ones in a quarter.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, is it worth doing that?
It's kind of dumb.
Now, there's a psychological aspect to it where you could go, that Switch system, that Switch OLED is $400. What are you doing?
I might as well get a
50.
Switch too. Yeah,
Get the Switch too. It's $450. Like there is that as well, so I get it. But the PR hit is crazy because the optics are, I mean, just ludicrous. It's like, hey, this system is 8 years old. Now it's more money. It's like, what? Huh?
right.
I mean, you know how Furukawa got his start in Nintendo, right?
Financial officer or whatever.
Who's an accountant.
Yeah.
That's what you get when an accountant's running your company, people. This ain't no Iwata.
Yeah, and then everything, I like all the other stuff. The thing people should be really, you know what people should be losing their mind over is the potential for a $40 amiibo to get more expensive next week.
Bro,
Jesus,
just
yeah,
buy
their
those-
amiibo prices are psychotic.
Buy those amiibo $100 Joy-Cons, John. That's affecting
Yeah.
Switch too as well. Like,
Yeah, the
Yeah.
$100 Joy-Cons are crazy. I'll say that.
Mhm.
the problem is you're going to start, you're already seeing, and I know Nintendo is talking about, it's the fastest selling system ever. You know, Mario Kart selling like crazy. That's your initial rush. Okay. Everyone expected that. But how are we looking in a year from now? We already know that, you know, a lot of younger people are not buying video games right now. And why is that? Because everything is expensive. By making your stuff more expensive, eventually you're going to start pricing people out of it. And
Yep.
it's kind of interesting. If you really think about it, it's kind of interesting because it's almost like a shift to how video games used to be, where it was more of a luxury niche sort of thing. Now, during that time frame, like I'm talking like, I remember, you know, when the Sega Saturn came out, it's $400, and some dude like my mom was like a preschool teacher or something like that, and I would like hang out in her classroom before school, and this dude came in there like trying to rizz up my mom, talking about how he got a Sega Saturn. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with it? I was like 8 or something. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with it? Why are you talking about a Sega Saturn to my mom? Unless you're going to give me that. And then, okay, you know, then we can talk. But, you know, Neo Geo, you know, those systems were expensive. And that's why the video game industry was kind of a smaller thing. And now it's ballooned to this big thing. But now you're getting back to the point of where all of this stuff is so expensive, and the accessibility on the console gaming side of things is becoming higher and higher and higher, and you're pushing these buttons. Now the controllers are super expensive. I mean, even during that time frame, controllers were cheap. No matter what system you got, you were paying $20, $30 for a controller. Now you're paying $100 for a controller, $80 for a game alongside of that. You need some storage medium for that as well, because you got to store these games onto something. I almost feel like you're going to get back to a time frame where the industry starts to shrink, and you'll never see it truly in the statistics, because when you talk about video games, they don't really segment it too much into console, PC, and mobile. They just kind of say everything. Oh, well, all video games are, 70% of them are digital only. They're also factoring in mobile games. They're factoring in PC games with that. I almost feel like the console side of things is going to start shrinking once again, getting back to a point of where people are just going to go and get their entertainment fix somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder like how much of it, like, because people, every time stuff like this happens, it's like about greed. But I feel like the more times you see like Xbox had to do it, Nintendo has to do it, there's going to be a time probably where Sony has to do something similar. And like, what is that? Like, how do you explain that?
Has to?
Maybe not has to, but like
Wants to.
Okay.
Right.
Here's the thing. If Nintendo could charge you $1,000 for a Switch 2 and have it sell, they would do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They always want more money.
Yeah, I get that.
I can't be told you have to change the price of this because of market conditions when you're also telling me you're making the best revenue ever. Like, you can't. That would be like going to McDonald's and a cheeseburger being $20, but they just recorded a record profit. So we had to do this. Sorry. It's like, no, you didn't have to do this.
Do you think this is just an effect of like capitalism?
I think it's an effect of the industry growing too big.
Yeah.
Too big too soon, potentially.
Well, because also like this is what's happening in movies right now as well. In a lot of ways, like a lot of studios are getting so big and huge that they're just putting out crap at this point, and it's like, yeah, and people are over it. So I wonder if that shift does start to take place with with games too, and people just start to like ignore them to a certain extent after this.
Yes, I think it's an inevitability because it's getting to a point of where do I want to buy this $80 game and $100 controller, or do I want to buy dinner for the week? Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
right.
saying? Like, some of us that do this show, they don't, you don't got to worry about that. You're doing all right. A lot of people aren't doing all right, so your casuals, which is supposedly the most important market for you, they're going to be spending less and less on stuff. They're going to be more selective with games. And then that creates the trickle effect. Go back to Battlefield. We want 100 million players. What happens when they don't get 100 million players? Layoffs, potential studio closures. So and the pandemic fucked all this up as well, because these companies got in their mind that, everyone's playing video games. It's always going to be like this, and no one's ever going to go do other things. And so they grew their companies, and now you're seeing the residuals of that. It's a very nuanced discussion, which is why when people say, tariffs, it's market conditions, it's like you're not looking at the full picture here. You have to look at the full picture of what is happening with it. In my opinion, you want to disagree with me? That's cool. Awesome. I don't care.
I do want to point out that Nintendo also just kind of laid the groundwork and said that the Switch 2, we're not raising it at this time, but they also mentioned NSO and games.
Oh God.
Okay, so they said we're not doing it now, but maybe if we have to in the future due to shifting market conditions, right? I still think the Switch 2 going up in price is Nintendo's last resort, but
Yeah.
I'll tell you,
no breathing.
Thank you. I'll tell you what wouldn't shock me is NSO going up in price instead. They start moving around things like subscription service pricing. I don't know about games. You're already at 80. Like, come on. Are you about to go to 90? About to go to 100?
Jesus.
Where are we going
that'd
with
be
that?
crazy.
That was actually a bad look for Xbox dropping that game back from 80 to 70, because if it doesn't sell anymore at 70 than it did at 80, they can't be like, let's just put it back to 80.
No. It's all their holiday stuff. And that shows you right there. Like, we have to make these games 80. We're sorry. Then everyone's like, I'm not fucking buying this for 80.
Just don't buy it.
Never mind. 70 is cool. We're going to do 70 for all the games this holiday season. Don't worry about it. So you were able to change that quickly. But I thought you needed the 80. So why did you say 80?
Mm-hmm.
But that's
did you need it?
Yeah,
or did you want it?
But that's kind of the trick, because if none of them change their trajectory for sales with the drop in price, then everyone's going to take from that, we could have just been 80 this whole time.
Yep.
And like, that's it. There you go.
It's a ripple effect. People look at the video game industry with a very strange lens, I think, sometimes, and they don't like they really just build parasocial relationships with these companies, and these companies.
Well, yeah,
it's
like you feel like they're looking out for you, and it's like they're still a huge billion-dollar company.
It's a business at the end of the day. They're there to make money. They're there to make money for themselves. They're there to make money for their growing shareholders. Because the more people that pump money into the company, the more people they have to keep happy.
After Xbox moved their Series X up to $600, and the Series S went up to like $380 or something, they were down another 20. They were down another 22% in hardware sales with their most recent report from this last fiscal year, quarter over quarter. So the previous quarter they're down 30%. Then before that they're down like 28%. So we're talking about like smaller and smaller percentages of a number that keeps shrinking. And it's when you see that and it went up to $599. I feel like if you're Nintendo, I think they're gonna do everything they can to not go above $499, or they feel like they have to make it look better, throw more stuff at. Maybe we get like a 2-game bundle for the holidays and it's $550 or something. It's a weird situation because they can't. I'll say this: the margins on the Switch 2 before the tariff stuff is going into effect, slimmer, I think, than people thought. Like it's like we're talking for retail, single-digit percentages.
But look at 25 years ago. Where did you make money? On consoles or on software?
On software, yeah.
But hasn't Nintendo always tried to make money on their consoles?
They do. They try, but this is going to be the situation where they're not going to. And I think they need to more accept that and look elsewhere than just be that that stubborn Nintendo of no, we have to make money on this.
Furukawa's built different. He's an
know.
accountant. He ain't playing no games with y'all people. If
I know,
you need
but
to pay
this is-
$700 for that shit. You pay $700 for to play your next Mario game.
Find
They
that
don't-
money.
it's different for them now because they don't have the DS or 3DS or 4DS to fall back on.
Interesting.
This is it. This is their system.
Interesting.
one.
They don't have that cheaper option to supplement
Hmm.
things. Interesting.
They have the Switch Lite. That's still considered quote unquote cheap, even at $230. I get it, but the fully functional one that actually switches, like the name implies, starts at $350. Yeah, it's not as cheap as we thought it would be.
It's unfortunate.
Is what I'm saying socialist? Somebody in the chat said I would be a great socialist.
People keep calling me a communist. I was just observing that this is
Wow.
what happens in capitalism. Not that it's bad.
I mean, capitalism is a key component of my job, so I don't think
Yeah,
I'd be a great
That's why.
socialist. But
Yeah.
okay, sure.
Hmm. I like it. You guys get
So I've been called this week. I've been called.
spectrum test, the political spectrum test.
Well, somebody called me a PlayStation fanboy this week on Twitter as well.
Well,
so.
you are.
I mean, but you are,
Probably-
yeah.
You should probably
Yeah.
stop.
The number one Nintendo YouTuber that's a PlayStation fanboy.
Yeah. How can you be a
What did you do?
Nintendo?
I don't- I made fun of that guy that was making fun of Nate for some guy said like Nate when talking about PlayStation games to Xbox, when he was talking about Xbox games to PlayStation, he was excited. When he was talking about PlayStation games to Xbox, he wasn't excited. And I said, yeah, cook that fraud. He was like, shut up, you clown PlayStation fanboy. And I'm like, okay. this
So if Starfield were to go to PS5 soonish, would that be a problem?
I don't know. Isn't there a new rumor that it's like early 2026 now or something?
That's soonish. It's soonish. I'm trying to figure out if that's going to be a huge thing online when that gets announced to be going. So
I don't think
but
so.
Nate said that a
anymore.
while ago.
I don't think people care anymore. They just expect it.
Mm.
I think PlayStation's the one that will catch heat once those games start coming.
Oh yeah, when they push
everyone's
something to
everyone's
Xbox.
moved on from Xbox. They're like, oh yeah, fuck.
Like if Sony announced a single player game for Xbox or Switch 2, that would do it. Let me see. I did have some PlayStation 6 news we can finish up with. Let me go over some of the good people. I know you. I thought you'd be
You're the
excited for
fanboy.
PlayStation 6. Yeah, what? You got the blue hat on and everything.
The Giants hat.
Giant
Yeah.
PlayStation fan hat.
Just say it's a PlayStation hat. Don't say that. It's a Giants hat. Derek says, waiting patiently for release date for Marvel Cosmic Invasion.
I wish they would add some better characters to that.
Maybe Gamescom?
Yeah, it still says 2025. Did you see Toxic Crusader finally got dated?
Oh, when is that coming out?
I don't remember. Let me look it up real quick.
Derek, I would look towards Gamescom. That would be my guess if I had to pick out a spot where it's going to get a release date.
December 4th.
Oh, just got it into 2025. Okay.
If you're looking for a beat 'em up game, that game is fucking fire. And I played that over a year ago, and that demo was fucking tight.
It's from Derek says the Zelda movies actors bear a striking resemblance to Link and Zelda's key art from the 1986 game. So the film may draw heavily from the OG game. Very cool. Well, I mean, Miyamoto's involved with the movie and stuff, so yeah, it'll probably take a lot from like his inspiration for the entire franchise. Mate So Well says Wood has been compromised by Nintendo. He was operating as a merc. The fake leak was penance for his Zelda mod videos. He was too being their good grace again.
What a twist. No, I don't. It's just-
I'll let you just read that silently to yourself and answer.
I do not have any marrow. I haven't smoked weed probably in like
like a week.
Nah, it's probably been like 10 years.
Oh, okay. Grandman says, RGT, could I borrow your Xbox to play PlayStation?
You're the grandman. You should have money. You got the scale out and everything. You should be good at this
Look
economy.
at the
pal.
background behind that scale. It was all kind of dollars.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look at you.
It's all Benjamins too.
I see
from this
Ben.
angle.
I see Ben.
Yeah.
Let me hold $100. $2 dono, and you got all those Bens. Don't make me go DSP on you. I'm missing DSP's night stream for this, by the way.
Damn it.
You're welcome.
What's happening?
You
What's
don't
going
have
on?
a
What's he
side
streaming?
monitor?
He's playing. Oh, I do, but you got to listen to him. That's where the comedy all is. He's got a new haircut, and he's playing GTA 4 with mods.
A new haircut is crazy.
Are you?
Wait,
I mean,
he's playing
he's
the-
playing GTA 4 now when there's probably going to be a remaster apparently by
with
the
Well,
mods.
no. Is he playing the chaos mode where just random shit happens all the time?
No, he has some
Oh.
graphical mode and
Oh.
all sorts of stuff.
That's not as
It's-
fun as cars falling from the sky trying to kill you.
There's nothing I
I
could do.
can't. I really doubt he knows how to do that.
I think it's not that hard. I think it's just like an install and you're done.
No, he had a lot of trouble with these mods.
Right. Yeah.
like Labo for you trouble or like,
Beyond that, it
oh,
took him
okay.
days to figure it out to the point of where he wasn't even going to do the stream, and then he eventually, like somebody like had to like completely do it for him to make it work.
harder than cardboard. All right.
The Cash New Gamer says FBI and DEA just tuned in. I'm out.
I'm good
Or
with
move.
that now.
Agent
They're
Redbeard
your
says what
dealer
game,
now.
what game franchise do we want revived on the Switch 2? And it can't be Star Fox because that's a given already. Go Brewers.
I hope that's a given. I don't know if that's a given, but that'd be cool.
I like how you said go Brewers because the Bucks are fucked this year. Look at that poverty team you have. That starting lineup is ass.
Oh man. Franchise be revived on the Switch 2.
Oh, I saw this on Twitter and I just thought it was kind of a cool idea. Ice Climbers. I think they should like take them into a new franchise of like the It Takes Two or the Split Fiction, where it's like a co-op only game.
That's actually a good idea.
Yeah,
that's a really good idea.
right.
So it definitely won't happen.
I know, but how cool would that be? Like, and then that could be like Nintendo's entry into that area. So that's my answer.
That's a really good idea.
And if you and your
Oh,
friend
wow.
pay for NSO, you only need one copy.
Boom.
Or no, yeah, game share.
Oh yeah.
It's a great way
Yeah.
to utilize
Yeah,
game share.
yeah.
because
Actually, yes.
they are not pushing that super
Come
hard.
on,
when they
Nintendo, do it.
I'll throw a Golden Sun lifeboat out to the people. for
That
one.
would be.
Won't happen.
That's a Hail Mary.
I know. I'll throw it out there for him.
I think there's only one true answer.
Nights into Dreams. What's happening here?
No,
What's going on?
our it's got to be a Nintendo one, I'm assuming,
Oh.
or else it would
Yeah.
be Knights or Shenmue.
I'm just reading franchise to be revived on the Switch too. There's
Rusty!
no Nintendo involved.
We
Yeah,
need
Rusty was
Rusty.
there
Where the fuck is Rusty?
Thank you. Jason says Borderlands 4 seemed 60 FPS in direct. Randy, a lie?
No,
I
it's
probably
there.
showed you PC footage.
Yeah, that shit's 30, dog. That shit's 30. Don't buy it.
Steak says, was hoping for a sequel announcement for RGT's favorite game, Balan Wonderworld. Sending good vibes to your stepdad, though.
Thank you. They stuck a camera down his throat to see if he had any holes in his heart, and he didn't.
Oh, good.
So that's good, but then they're still trying to figure out why he had the small stroke to begin with. So I think he's still there. He's fucking annoyed to shit, but he's in somewhat decent spirits.
Fransby gifted 20 Spawn Wave membership. Shout out to Fransby. Make sure you
Whoa.
drop a thank you, Fransby, if you got a gifted membership in the chat. Shout out to Fransby. May or may not be Todd Howard. We're not sure. Senior Bean says, it's the tariffs, RGT. You regret your vote yet.
Oh, there's another thing. I'm a big Donald Trump guy. I'm not even registered to vote. I have never voted in my entire life because I think politics is a shit show and it's all a fucking play and the world's a stage.
Sean's not leaving his house to go vote. He's
Fuck
standing in
no.
line with people and
Fuck no.
Elliot says, I'm in Jersey City and we just experienced a small earthquake. It was so weird. It was like sitting on a vibrating chair. I did see that. Someone mentioned in the chat. I double checked because I'm not like terribly far from Jersey City. I'm like, I should probably check to see if anything crazy happened. I think it's a smaller earthquake, but it's still, yes, one still hit. It's the little thing they put out, the circles like from the center. I'm within that. So my immediate fear was that Comcast would somehow find a way to be out for a week for some reason. for some reason.
It scared the internet.
Casual Noob Gamer says, because of Fransby, I can watch Newswave at 3 a.m. weekdays. Hey, see?
Is that how early you get it?
It's because that's just before I can get it finished editing. Yep.
That's crazy.
Sometimes it's earlier than that.
Slave
It's around
master
there.
Jod.
It's around there.
Cracking the whip. Where is it? I'm sorry, sir.
Where is it?
What says, I'm not covering for Microsoft and Nintendo, but I feel these prices, this wouldn't happen as much if Rump lost. Never experienced this the last 4 years. Well,
But you never also experienced
Yeah.
the sales, the cheapness either.
Sales.
Where were the clear outs on the other systems? You know,
That's true. From 2017 to now, we never saw a Switch price drop, but we saw a price increase. Now at after year 8, yeah, it's been out for 8 years. That's still so weird to think about. Never saw a price drop, and just now see a price increase when it's on its way out. That's weird times. Ben says consoles aren't only feeling tariffs. Rolex is facing a 40% increase in tariffs. Yeah, Sean told me that too. It was crazy. Somehow he knew that all these Rolex was going up in price. I don't know what the deal is there.
my stepdad used to have a Rolex. His dad gave him one. I don't have one though.
The rich paying slightly more for a Rolex seems like a non-problem.
I don't get why you'd spend I'll spend like 100 or 200 on a watch, but like I'm not spending thousands. It's a watch, dog. Like,
Yeah.
no, I'll buy something cool.
You're buying the brand, sir. It's the
Yeah.
brand.
Yeah, you go get those on New York City streets for $20.
The
If you
Folexes
had
and
one,
the
would you feel
Stolexes.
bad if you had a watch that cost that much? Would you feel bad looking at your phone for the time?
I wouldn't have a watch that costs that much, so I wouldn't know.
I feel bad every time I do that. Like, I didn't
Give me
check
that- give me that-
$1,000 watch.
Give me that gold Casio joint with the LED display. That's what I'm talking about.
Ah, okay. El Gigante says it isn't about the box you play on. It's about the platform with services and what they offer you. Also, companies are targeting younger people, are trying and failing.
100%.
Jorge says the new price of Switch 1 appeared to be close to the rates of the Vietnam tariff rates. Do you think Nintendo should have stayed pat with the prices and take a loss for two's profit margins? I think they will keep the slim margin maybe for the holidays. I just thought it was weird the Switch 1 went up because they're not shipping that many of them anyway. Noah says a price cut only makes sense when software sales drop off. Switch games must still be selling enough to justify the negative PR that comes along with this.
Well, Switch games are still going to sell though, Noah, because you can play them on your Switch too.
Back
So I don't know. I don't know if that's a great indicator for that. And plus, I mean, when PS3 came out, PS2 was dirt cheap, and you could play PS2 games on the PS3. And
Good times. PS2's in the streets for $100. GameCube's out there for $49. Those are good days.
you could play GameCube games on your Wii. Just saying.
Yeah. Smash Brother says, John, when do you think Nintendo will reveal any news whatsoever for the next big Zelda or Mario game? There's the Mario 40th anniversary coming up.
So definitely not then.
Maybe they'll
I
bring
think
back
there's
the 3D
potential.
All-Stars game.
I saw Stealth say the most stupid thing. It was like, I hope they add DLC to Wonder as for the 40th anniversary. Like, bro, if that's the only thing they do for the 40th anniversary, just shut down the industry. Like,
I feel like
I'm not gonna lie, that means it's probably happened. Yeah.
bro.
they probably do like Odyssey 2 or something, because then they could just reuse those assets. Well, because they could just reuse the assets, and it can play on the Switch already, and they don't have to go into this whole thing. And their team obviously spent a long time working on Bonanza, so maybe that's the only thing I can think of where we get it announced in the next year or two. Other than that, I think we're waiting 5 years
It's just destroyable terrain, a reskin of Bonanza with Mario as the lead.
or whatever.
Well, I mean,
we'll take
that's
it.
kind of a reskin of Odyssey and
Yeah, the last part,
agree.
Odyssey.
and Mario Kart. Those 3 games have a very strikingly similar art style.
Truly Epic says, what's better, Philly cheesesteak or chopped cheese?
Come on, that's not even a question, dog. Chopped cheese. Come on.
It's Philly cheesesteak's the answer.
You've never had a chopped cheese.
I don't know if you ever had a Philly cheesesteak.
I have.
You speaking of the Cheese Whiz Philly cheesesteak?
I would assume
Yeah.
that's what he's talking
Okay,
about.
just making sure.
They're good. But it ain't, if you get a proper chopped cheese, like, nah.
Liz without. Yum Yum says, I want the incredible Hulk Hogan's Alley game.
It could happen. You never know.
DC Fat Cats. Did you have your flag at half?
Well,
Sean?
it was kind of windy, so I have a Knicks flag outside. It's just a garden flag, but it was kind of like bundled up on the thing, and I just left it.
For some reason, I picture you going outside and actually doing that.
I asked my mom if she did it.
DC Fat Cats. Oh,
where are the
right,
subs,
Sean,
guys? King, we haven't hit any goals. Okay, I was off for 2 days. I got this new haircut. I got to pay for this haircut. All right, let's get some kick support. Let's get some kick support going. Let's get some subs. Let's get some super chats. Get some super stickers. Let's get some tips going. I've gotten tonight is small tips, $1 or $2. Let's get some support going. If you want to see this game, stay in the rotation.
What was that last?
Oh, he does. No, he clears his throat. There's a guy in the Raw Phil chat, because I watch the restream of it, of course. And there's a guy who keeps count of how many times he does or says certain things, and throat clears are one of them.
Yeah, would he not have a chat bot where people can just post in that he did it and it just adds to the total number?
How many throat clears does he usually have?
No, there's hundreds.
Wow.
He has some nasal, like post-nasal issue or something.
No mute button on that?
Bro, sometimes he'll come back, like he'll like take a break, it'll come back and he'll just have a piece of tissue up his nose. Oh, I got a nosebleed right now. It's like, what are you doing? He just sits there like it's just fucking like this. Like, it's crazy. Wow. So funny.
He's like not built to be a streamer, but he's trying so hard.
He's been trying hard for a long time, apparently.
Yeah.
Superman says with big digital libraries and new word backlog, it's hard to convince me to buy your $70 game. People can't keep spending regardless of market conditions.
Well, then you have a whole bunch of new gamers with retro games to experience. Emulators are getting easier to access and easier to use and stuff.
Unless you're in Italy.
Unless you're in Italy, and then you're going to jail.
Yeah.
Or in the UK, where you got to verify your age for everything. So
to even change your NVIDIA settings. Yep.
Bro, that
is wild.
Is that actually a thing? Like, I saw that.
Yes.
I nowadays I see a post and I'm like, I really got to look into this before I.
No, dude, you got to. It's
wow.
like do anything there now. You have to like
That's
have
crazy.
the ID verification. That's fucking
insane.
Orwellian as shit.
Just just give me your ID. No
Yeah,
problems
okay.
there with privacy and
No.
AI and I don't worry about all that. They're not building a database. Z says, do you use a grip on your Switch 2? Which one?
I really haven't
No.
been playing it too much in handheld mode, honestly.
I've Josie's has it right there.
I
The
use
Satisfy.
this one, the Satisfy grip. It's really good.
Yep, that's the one I've been using recently, actually, last couple weeks.
I really like the
Sweet.
grips for the Switch 1, so it was an easy transfer over.
That was a good one.
And it's
All
still
right.
dockable.
Yeah, that was the thing that was kind of interesting. You're right. It does still work in the dock, like the official dock like that. So it's actually pretty cool.
I have been sponsored by them in the past. I'm not sponsored by this one specifically. So just
Now the truth comes out.
well, because Medallion said sponsored. I've never been sponsored by this one.
I think he was joking.
No, he's hella serious.
Well, it's one joke from Medallion, and then everyone else gets mad at me, and then I get yelled at in the comments, and I don't want to.
People start doing hashtag Amish, and it just goes downhill.
And then I'm canceled by the next morning.
This is Casual Gamer says DSP nosebleeds from cocaine from sub money.
No, I don't think he does drugs. He's just a naturally unique individual.
He like sets a goal so that he can go to his dealer the next day.
Well, it's $150 each stream is the goal. Unless it's a
Wow.
marathon, then there's usually stuff like he's doing a Mega Man marathon, and every $100 he takes a shot of liquor, which is kind of ironic because he used to be an alcoholic. I don't know if he should be
Run
doing
it
that.
back, baby.
I don't know if you
Jesus.
should be doing that. And he also has like gout issues and stuff. But hey, man, live your life.
That's like the chief, yeah. Just drinks all the time with gout.
Yeah, that's like the king disease. He eats too much red meat and goes out too often.
It's the king.
Beanie says Nintendo Switch cross-gen support plus 3 years. Let's
No,
go.
please, no.
That's gonna be a long cross-gen. Give me a bit. We can close out here with the PS6. So Sean, I know you were excited to talk about this.
I didn't
Nothing
even
but
look
next
into
gen.
it.
real excited for well, so the one that's actually interesting we're not talking about right now, and that's the handheld from Sony, because there was information for that came along with this. All right. Well, the PS6 is currently being discussed online because I don't think it's what people were expecting it. So I think people were looking at the PS6 as being an incredible, powerful system, multiple times more powerful than the PS5, right? Oh, 8K, 16K, whatever. That's just kind of the trajectory it's been on. But this is from Moore's Law is Dead. And the reason I specifically will pay attention to him now for Sony stuff, mostly, that's kind of it, because he did have internal documents from Sony and he put them in a video, and then Sony took down his video.
Right, I remember
that was for the PS5 Pro. You remember that? Yeah. So now he's talking about documents from like 2023 and stuff that he has access to from an AMD presentation. And then I'm like, okay, clearly you've had access before. I'll go on a limb and look at it this way. Well, the PS6 is described as technically having less hardware, but from AMD's newer design and chipset with RDNA 5, but it would draw less power than even the PlayStation 5 Slim currently. And some are thinking because it's such a conservative design of 2 to 3 times more powerful, we'll say, than the base PS5, 1.5 to 2 times as powerful as the PS5 Pro, they might try to get this thing in there at a $500 to $600 price point for the PS6.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
And on top of that, this is in 2023, okay? So this is the part where I'm a little like, I don't know, because they miss timelines all the time. Mid-2027. That means...
Well, that's manufacturing.
Yeah, so they
likely
would be lining up for
2027, early 2028 release date.
Yeah, so I was thinking holiday 2028, and maybe they slip into 2029 for the next system. But if they are like, oh, we can try to get it holiday 27, or you don't have to launch anymore in holidays. Nintendo's shown that twice now. Early 28, those are that's sooner than I would expect.
I mean, it's better than Microsoft. They're talking about like next fucking year, dude. This handheld seems weird, though. The handheld seems very weird.
So we can touch on the handheld as well. It seems like it's going to be more of a Vita successor. Like it won't have the kind of the build of the Switch 2 where it has Joy-Cons and stuff. I think that will be a dedicated handheld, and then they'll have the PS6 as a dedicated home console. But it's mentioned as being about half as powerful as a PS5. So I think Xbox Series S, a bit more sort of territory. A little stronger than that Xbox Ally X that's coming out this year. And it would still have video out through USB-C is what it's marked as with the developer or the documents from AMD.
But so here's the thing. You're not exactly lighting the world on fire with tons of releases from your first party studios on the one console right now. How the fuck are you going to go back to a 2 console output?
Well, here's the interesting thing. It says it has backwards compatibility with PS4 and PS5 games. So the third party games would be there. And if you consider what we see right now with the Switch 2, where we don't see the Switch 2 logo on as many third party games as we would like to, like now. Eventually that can change, obviously. But if you take that PS4 and PS5 library and just drop it onto that handheld, all of a sudden it's like, whoa, hold on.
Yeah, I missed the backwards compatibility. Well, I would assume that's, it has to be digital only. But
yeah,
still.
That is the thing that people, I think when they went through it, they started to realize, they're not going to develop a game card for this. This thing is digital only.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
But a native PlayStation Portal, basically, probably a little more sleek looking. I think it would actually be smaller than the Switch 2. So maybe it's like a 7-inch screen, 1080p. If they have that, but it's PS4 and PS5 backwards compatible, and it gets like a 3 to 4 hour battery life with some of the newer stuff from AMD, that would actually be a pretty compelling handheld. Now, I think it would probably be $500, but I would be very intrigued at a handheld like that from Sony, because when they made the Vita, I still think it was ahead of its time. It still feels somewhat modern, and that was like 2011.
I mean, it's just tough to say. It's tough to say because, by the time you get to that point in 2027, 2028, how are things looking? What's happening? What's Xbox doing? What's up with Nintendo? What's up with the console market in and of itself?
But how much the market's changed now, a handheld from Sony feels like it would be much more interesting than even when they launched the Vita back then. And that, obviously Vita didn't do well for them. I get it, but that was
people gonna jump at that. You think?
Well, that's the thing. If it's, hey, all your PS4 and PS5, and then really your PS6 games too, because let's be real, that PS5 cross-gen is going to be crazy. That thing's going to go forever, you know? So as long as that's getting ports, this handheld will be getting games too. I think if you open it up to that, all of a sudden...
that's a good point.
Well, but that's the thing. They wouldn't really need to... Are you concerned that they'll abandon the Portal? Will the Portal lose support?
No, because it's a streaming device.
Right, because it's based off of the PS5.
So this is essentially a way to play your library of games that you own now on the go.
Yes. Well, I don't see it getting any exclusive games. It's just part of the PlayStation family. Do you want to play portable games, but native and not reliant on the cloud? Here you go. It's more expensive, but it's a premium device from us. Or maybe you just want the 8K experience of the PS6.
So you're saying it's not intended to be, a 100 million seller. It's going to be a niche item like all the other handheld PCs that we have on the market.
I think it'll get more of a boost because it has the Sony brand, the PlayStation logo
like
on
a
it.
20 30 milli
Sure. Yeah, I think that's fair.
No.
Yeah.
Then if that's the case and that's what they're gunning for is, realistic expectation, sure, why not? It'll be interesting.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, it would still get, so Fortnite players, for example, would have a pretty good way, I assume, of playing Fortnite or any of the live service games that up until now with the Switch 2 have been kind of suspect on that Switch 1.
Right.
Apex Legends comes to mind. I don't know. Josie, are you more interested in the idea of handheld games from a Sony or a Microsoft as opposed to their console?
I don't know.
Because you're like PC and Switch too, aren't you? It's not like your main platforms.
Yeah. I have a PS5 that I like. I like console. Like I think I would like it. I guess if it was a hybrid, like that would be, I think, the coolest situation or like the most useful for me. But I don't think it's a bad idea for them to try out. I don't know. Like there's going to have to be some sort of experience on it that sells me on the idea that gets me bought into it. Because the reason I'm so bought into Nintendo is because of the games, Here's
what we need for Josie. And I've realized this. We made the mistake of not getting this to you sooner. Here's the thing with Josie.
Put Mario on it, then I'll fucking play it. Project.
No, here's the situation, okay? Josie has never tried... you never tried a PSP either, right?
No, my cousin
never
had
tried
one.
a PSP. Never tried a Vita though. But we talked about this at Too Many Games, and I think Ryan said he would actually let you send you a Vita to do a video on. And I'm telling you right now, that video would actually do very well.
Yes, I would like to do
people have a fascination with the Vita.
Yes. It wasn't a great seller for Sony, but if you get that system and you look at the features on it, like it has full Bluetooth, it has cameras, it has a back touchpad.
Yeah, it looks very futuristic for when it came out.
It was ahead of its time.
Yeah.
The first Vita they did was an OLED screen.
Yep.
In
you can play
2011.
Killzone, you can play Uncharted,
I like
Jurassic Park.
All the people saying I'm just a Nintendo fangirl. This is crazy. I have a PlayStation. I loved Astro Bot. I just have a specific type of game that I like to play, y'all.
I'm telling you, Josie, we got to get that Vita on the way and just drop some games in and try it out. I'm telling you.
I think it also depends, I guess, on this handheld, how expensive this shit is, how expensive
you're
the
paying
PlayStation 6 is.
No,
yeah, so then that's the other thing is, I don't know if you guys know, but I am just a little college student trying to figure out what I'm doing.
You're not
going to
be a college student in 2028.
Yeah, but hopefully I have to
You'll
figure out.
You'll be a famous and successful YouTuber by then.
That is the hope. That is the absolute hope. But
you know why you'll be a famous and successful YouTuber?
Because you did the
Vita video like we all told you.
But in the situation right now, this comes out, tomorrow, next year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it because I don't have the money to just grab it. I like one system that I've liked my whole life that I like the games on. And then I have a PS5 and an Xbox that I'm happy with. And I play games there randomly as well. Good God, being roasted. Yeah, there we go. Keep going, guys. God damn.
Hey, you're gonna show up in the sub feed with the Vita in hand, and they're not gonna know what happened,
Yeah.
and they're gonna have to watch.
Maybe I just need to make videos on other games because I do play other games other than Nintendo. I just don't make videos on them, I guess.
So you can watch them do like 1/10 of your viewership.
That's the thing. That's why I don't do them.
Yeah, it speaks more to the people watching.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm telling you, Josie, some of the most interesting, or some of the better videos that I see pop up online that really like get a lot of interest are Vita. I'm telling you, it's crazy because not that many people had it, but maybe that's why people are just interested in seeing one. So
Yeah.
just throwing it out there. The Vita video. I played a Vita for the first time.
Crypto Esca, you're gonna get so banned. That's crazy.
What did they say?
I think he's already banned in my chat. I'm just gonna do that. That's crazy.
yeah. You
I
go for
want
it.
to see it.
It's still
Is
there.
it-
Now it's
No,
gone.
now it's gone.
Now you see the view deleted message, so you know where it is.
All right, I'm scrolling. Scrolling.
Go through some of these super chats as we finish up here.
I don't see the fucking thing.
I'll
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
text it to
Put it
you.
in. Put it in the private chat.
Mario says, "Who was RGT just imitating?"
Dark Side Phil, the goat himself.
Lord with one. Thank you, Lord. There you go. Oh, there you go again. Okay, there we go. If your Uncle Jack got stuck on a horse, would you help your? Oh, thank you.
God, I
Keep
haven't
reading
heard-
it, John.
I haven't heard
Would you
this
help
since
your-
freaking middle school.
Would you help your Uncle Jack get away from the horse?
That's not what his super
Would-
chat says. You're
Would you
scamming.
remove Jack from the horse?
Would you remove Jack from the horse? There, Kevin. Shout out to Kevin. Casual Noob Gamer again. And Noah says, what if they do upgrades for on-the-go versions for those who own the physical editions? I remember owning PlayStation 3 Minecraft, and that allowed me to buy Minecraft on PS Vita for cheaper. Yeah, okay, for the physical editions.
Well,
That would be
the,
cool.
the problem is you said PlayStation 3. Now that was a time frame where
Yeah.
systems would go down in price and they didn't care about maximizing profits.
Yeah. We used to have like cross buy back then too. For the I remember Vita and PlayStation would have that. If you bought a PS3 game, like the PlayStation Smash Brothers game,
All Stars.
All Stars, thank you. That was cross buy. You bought it on PS3, you also got it on the Vita, or vice versa. It's kind
There
of
were
cool.
a few games that were specifically focused on. There was like a top-down action game that was like, yeah, you turn your Vita off and turn your PlayStation on, and you're right there, like you right where you were at the end of that Vita match or Vita session.
I think I got everything there. All right. We're good. Let me go around here as we finish up. Josie, where can everyone find you?
Find me on YouTube talking about Nintendo. So pull up if you like that. If you don't, it's probably not for you. So, but
I'll switch all the time.
yeah, you have to niche down in YouTube, guys. It's not my fault. But yeah,
Drop
I'm
the Vita
gonna
video.
have a video talking about Donkey Kong Bonanza because I just finished that game and I really liked it. So check it out if you want. And yeah,
Wasn't
thanks for having me.
the PS2 that retro system for you too?
Yeah, that was my like childhood system.
Telling you. Well, you have a PS2 right now?
No, I had the fat one and it like way overheated one time and then just stopped working.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I was in like middle school or something. But the PlayStation 3 was already out, so then we just didn't go back and get another one.
The PS2 and the Vita, good systems to make videos on. Telling you now.
Yeah.
Sean, where can everyone find you, sir?
Find me on RGT85. A long-awaited video is going up tomorrow because I'll just keep it a buck. We couldn't link up on timing, so it's not what I initially planned, and I had to scrap all the plans. But it's still a good video, so go watch it. So check that out tomorrow. Tomorrow is Potato Palooza. I will be going to my grandmother's house for the annual harvesting of the potato crop, where my cousin's children crop and get the potatoes out of the ground. I'll be going for cucumbers as well. Should be a good time.
Interesting. Okay.
Potatoes and cucumbers.
What about
there's
Evan?
tomatoes too, and eggplants, but I don't fuck with eggplant.
What about Evan?
You can find me on YouTube, Twitch, Kimmerix Project, any socials. Tabletop stuff I usually bring up. Trying to get some more videos out, or just sitting here hating on eggplants with Sean, I guess.
It's just, I don't know. They're weird, dude.
Don't want them by your face, just slapping you around.
No, I mean, like, because my grandma would be making eggplant parmesan all the time, and I'm like, no, I do not want this. Did you make chicken parm?
Casual Noob Gamer says PS1 to 5 natively and PS6 streaming for the handheld. I think some of this PS6 games are on PS5, so they'll just be on the handheld too. That's to be it. That PS5 is probably going to see like 2035 or something. Noah says, oh, we did that one. And then RGT, what franchise would you like to see come to Nintendo on Switch 2 that hasn't already from Smash Brother?
Arby's.
What?
Uber Eats.
You're still thinking about how you could franchise that thing.
Bro, I want an Arby's near me. Like, there's no Arby's near me, and there's no places that make an Arby's style sandwich near me. My franchise, I joked earlier, would be Rusty. Realistically, it would be Star Fox.
Star Fox, yeah.
You know that
Which is also
KFC has that
mainstream.
dating sim? Have you seen that?
KFC has a console as well. They got
Yeah,
a lot of
they have
They
a
have
they have
like
a
a
PC console with a
dating
chicken
sim.
warmer in it.
They have a dating sim, and you like date Colonel
Yeah,
Sanders,
date
and he's
Colonel
like
Sanders.
mysterious and crazy. It's really funny.
Well, yeah, we used to have Roy Rogers around here too. What the fuck happened to Roy Rogers? They had a quality.
Bankruptcy.
They had a quality roast beef sandwich. Used to eat. I remember fucking motherfucking Danbury Mall. There was a Roy Rogers in there. I'd go ride the little, what's the thing called? Well, you sit on the horse and it goes around in a circle.
Merry-go-round.
Yeah,
Carousel.
Carousel. Yeah, they had a
Carousel, yeah.
carousel in the mall. It was right near the food court. I'd get my Roy Rogers sandwich and ride the horse.
Just kind of hanging off the edge of it.
It's really just out of my Switch 1 games getting released for the whole Switch 2 lifecycle. Games like Mina don't need a Switch 2 version. I would like it to be matchup resolution wise.
Yeah, that's the problem. Because when you're playing it in handheld mode, you're stretching a 720p image onto a screen that's bigger than what you have now.
Then Bean says Josie the goat because she's from California.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
There you go. Senior Bean's got your back.
I appreciate it.
Okay. I think that's everything. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Appreciate it. We'll be back next Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. We'll see you guys then.